and anyone can add shit to that. This is just equipment and stuff. I think we've got most of the stuff there. Just if you can think of anything else.
We'll be getting to that today. Don't worry.
Yeah, I would need to go through that because I don't know nothing.
Gonna go through it today, goddammit! Don't people listen to anything I say?
Yeah.
What was that?
So I made a list to make sure that everybody knew the stuff we wanted to try and get.
God damn it! Damn trashy, not listening to me.
I don't listen to anybody, if it makes you feel any better.
It's true.
Poor Patty.
Yes, poor Patty indeed.
Okay, let's see. Where are all my notes and my map? We're gonna need the map. So much fucking map. Map. Because map's got all planets on it. Like Aventine, or Port Lockhart, or Snopes World, or Rodin 4, or Terminus Prime, which sounds pretty badass.
Terminus
That
Prime.
does sound pretty badass.
Pretty badass, lady, I can tell you.
They're pretty badass.
I had 7 people watching me play Path of Exile yesterday.
Was it?
Oh my god.
Sure, it just wasn't you like refreshing it to make sure it was working. Because that's
wow.
what the views on my streams are. Me.
No, I didn't refresh it. I just kicked it off using NVIDIA's thing. 7 people saw me play 11 minutes and 32 seconds of Path of Exile.
I heard there was like 6
Very
bots.
confused.
Yeah, but
Maybe they were just very confused because they probably heard all of us in the background.
That's exactly right. They did.
They're just like, the fuck is going on here?
I mean, it was a big black screen with like the cavern where the mechs are getting maintained.
Why is it?
I'm kind of sad if Path of Exile 3.0.
No, it can't be a
It's gonna be like end of summer.
It's gonna be so good. So good.
I'll be right back.
I couldn't actually like see what the fuck was going on. I was getting confused between video audio and actual audio. Were you going it's good, Hippo, or is the video going it's
I
good?
was going, it's good.
Ah, that makes more sense.
Yeah. So the problem I get when I try and watch back the streams to make sure it works and stuff, I'll like I'm never quite sure. So somebody could say like my name and I'll answer them, but it's the video I'm watching.
No, but I mean, they're just...
Then I feel stupid.
Yeah, I've got to get it set up. It looks like it's only capturing. The one thing that's bad about NVIDIA is you can't really configure it.
Okay, well, guess we'll start without the Jather, since we're 2 minutes
It's over.
No.
That son of a bitch.
I need 3 minutes. Give him 3 minutes, and I'll be right back.
Oh.
So let me get out my other dice here. Man, night mode is like the best feature that they added to Windows ever. That's a D8. Don't need any of those where we're going. Oh, you guys are gonna get fucking wrecked! Oh well, Jithar must just fall in with whatever you guys do today, because if he's not here, then he doesn't get a say.
I remember his vote was Administratum, but also Ordo Xenos would be okay for him.
Fucking, I think I got all the dice.
Woo, dice!
You guys are gonna need all the dice. Tonight, I'm gonna try and kill all of you!
Oh.
Just as you think you're in a safe space.
My space is not safe.
Somebody's gonna assume your gender and trigger you.
Trigger us out of a fucking window and we die in space.
Glorious. There's actually rules for that. Fuck it! Alrighty, so Hippo, why don't you give Mr. Trash K a rundown of what happened in the couple of sessions that he wasn't here?
Yes, please do.
When you weren't here, we fought our way through the ship some more.
is he back?
You got shot many times, but you were good. You killed many bad things. We found the middle of these, or the engines. We laser beamed a hole through them. We put melter bombs and every other explosive we could find in them, and then we blew the ship up, and then we had to run away, and we made it out, and then the Valkyrie we were on crashed, and everyone got fucked up, and then we got picked up by the Inquisition, and we're really good because we blew up a ship.
And Trash also managed to like arm wrestle a fucking gun out of a demon
Oh,
for like
oh,
3
yeah.
consecutive rounds.
Damn it.
Who?
Trash is here.
Yes, Trash is here.
I like how Ein only like touches ground every couple of minutes of the conversation.
Oh.
It's like the defining feature of him.
Oh.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
you wrestled a demon that Letty then suplexed.
That sounds like something that Dell would do, on account of he hates Heresy.
You actually managed to roll really well.
So that sounds like something I would never do.
I don't know, I missed a couple of shots. Well, a bunch of shots, but I also hit a bunch of shots. I think you should be nicer to your dice.
Hate them assholes.
Ask them. I was even rolling out in the front of them.
He was.
I think you should just be nicer to your dice, Trashy. Alrighty, so last week you find gentlemen were collected by agents of the Ordos and some of the Imperial naval forces and ground troops that they had deployed in the area to contain the threat of the ship that
Ooh.
crashed.
How much XP did we get?
1,700, I believe. I need to double check.
I
No,
just recall 700.
Sorry?
I think it was just 700.
I'm pretty sure it was more than that.
It was 700 or 750.
I think
Oh, anyway.
Because it wasn't 1,700.
Oh, well, I don't have those notes in front of me at the moment, because I have too many other notes, and Adobe's going to crash if I open anything else. Never mind, Adobe's crashed. Fuck. Okay, I'll one. Let me just reopen this shit. Okay, so, yes, you fine gentlemen were all collected after said crash. Dell and who was all knocked unconscious. I think Hippo, you, and
Everyone but me and Davros.
Davros.
Yep.
You were the only guys who stayed conscious during the crash.
I was
the rest of you
unconscious
guys-
for maximum duration.
Yep, you guys all got wrecked. You took massive
Food
amounts of
brains.
damage. Many of you ended up, after the long trek through the woods and fighting the Chaos Space Marine and the enemies aboard the vessel, a lot of you had very bad wounds. As I believe Ein got disemboweled at one point. His arm is nearly ripped off. Hippo's missing an arm. Dell... Why did Dell get injured? I think he just got shot in the face a bunch, didn't he?
He got shot a lot, yeah.
my armor got scratched.
Your armor got severely scratched.
I better have
Who
new
else is
armor.
missing an arm? Oh, Liddy, you just got damaged in the arm, right? You just took crit damage. It wasn't
Just
anything
click
too
them.
serious. And I think the Psyker's the only one who didn't get like completely wrecked. You guys got taken up to the vessel in orbit, the one that you guys have been using to travel on. Where are my notes? To be very careful, or else everything just falls apart. To the Righteous Providence, where you once more assigned your old bunks. You were given enough medical attention to ensure that your lives were not in any immediate danger. But no medics or surgery or anything of that kind. Just literally the bare minimum to get you up, mobile, and lucid. And I suppose it won't be the 5 of you now. The 4 of you, if Jathar happens to pop back, I guess we'll just add him in on the go, are to give a report to a conclave of Inquisitors that have assembled to discuss and debrief you on the events that have transpired on the planet below. So it's been about 2 days since the crash, since the vehicle was shot down, and you guys have been spending most of this time in convalescence, just chilling out, drugs, food, sleep, nothing too strenuous
Yep,
at this
lots of
point.
drugs.
Lots of drugs, and you wake refreshed the second evening after the crash with a message waiting that you are to debrief the Inquisitors. Is there anything that you find gentlemen would like to do before you went to your go to your debriefing?
Make sure all the weapons are reloaded with the requisite awesome shotgun ammo.
You don't have anything ammo at the moment yet. I think we expended all your ammo on your character sheet, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm pretty sure you did.
I think I made a
Yeah, we
note
did.
of it. Yeah. So currently you are still ammo-less.
All I got is that
Anything else?
shitty las gun.
Fine. Nothing. Hippo. Nothing. Nobody. Nothing.
I don't
No.
think of anything.
Come on with anything.
Just make sure
Hippo's
our
still there?
gear.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna buff out all the scratches off my armor.
All right.
Buff out the big gaping hole in it. I don't think it's gonna buff out.
I'm gonna buff the hole. Buff the hole.
That's what she said. All right. So night comes as close as you can tell with the shipboard time. Since there aren't actually any windows that you can see out of, and you hear a soft knock at your cabin door.
Who is it?
Hello.
You don't hear any answer from the other side.
I just get up and open the door. See who's out.
Before the door stands the form of an Imperial servitor, very much stripped down. This model looks to be one that was usually used by scribes. You can see the hands and most of the front chest piece has been replaced by an auto quill, paper dispensers, that kind of thing. Like somebody that keeps records and archives conversations and the like. And you can see the palsied hand of the servitor extend a envelope written on God honest paper to you as you open the door, lady.
Okay, I take the letter.
I comment on the servitor. Oh, Bill would have been such a great servitor.
Get out of here, meat.
Servitor does not appear to be moving at the moment. It's just standing idle, awaiting something.
Tech priest, use your ability to read.
What tech priest?
I read the letter that Gideon is holding.
Give him the letter.
Everybody's gonna be a tech priest, by the way. You, tech priest.
Everybody survey. Alrighty. You pop open the letter, and in very blocky, functional script, you see a simple message. Come immediately, if convenient. Come immediately if not convenient. And you see it's just got a room number stenciled at the bottom of it.
Okay, I think we've got a meeting. We should probably be going to that.
Okay, yeah. Let's get going. Leave the server to do whatever the fuck it's doing.
Servitor starts trundling ahead of you.
Servitor, show us where to
Having
go.
seen that you have read the message. You trundle down the ship corridors. Many of the naval ratings eyeing you, some of them waving. Occasionally you see one of the other teams that was on the ground nod at you as you pass. And it seems that you have made a bit of a name for yourselves with the destruction of the heretic vessel. Many of them telling about hushed rumors and stories of what you were doing, since nobody actually knows what you have done yet. But as aboard any vessel where there's not much in the way of entertainment, rumor and gossip flow. You make your way down the ship, eventually coming to a very nondescript room. At first you take it just to be a maintenance closet, but as you step closer, the door slides open, revealing a long, what appears to be mahogany desk laid out, facing a second identical desk, behind which sit 3 individuals, all of them prominently displaying the inquisitorial rosette at their throat. The man in the middle of the 3 seated next to each other stands up and gestures you inside. Come, sit. We have much to discuss. And the servitor with you trundles in and takes up his place at the side of the Inquisitor, and you can see him readying quills paper, and recording devices to go with the medium.
I walk in the room.
Sit down.
What's this about?
We'll be the ones asking you the questions, and you will refrain from using such a familiar tone around your betters. Are we understood?
I am the law.
The door closes, and you can see in front of you 3 people. You see a woman with a scarred face, almost like tufts of hair coming from a skull that looks like she was in some kind of fire or acid burn, and whose eyes have been replaced with a pair of glowing red bionics. She's wearing the black doublet hose that many Imperials seem to favor for more casual formal wear, with the Ordos Hereticus rosette displayed prominently at her throat. Next to her, the gentleman who directed you to the desk, you see is old, liver spotted, bald, and looks like most of his upper chest and arms have been replaced by bionics, very crude in appearance, but to your trained eyes, Hippo, you can see the signs of the fine make belying that statement that he appears to be projecting. And on his left, you see another man, this one much smaller, with the Orozenos rosette displayed prominently at his throat. A small man who appears to be much younger than the others. And though he doesn't have any visible scarring that you can spot, he does have a pair of piercing green eyes. And Ian, you immediately pick up that this is a psyker sitting with you in the room.
I think of the Emperor.
The middle Inquisitor introduces them. This is Inquisitor Velquin Hale, he says, gesturing at the woman next to him. She nods at you.
Nod back.
And this is Inquisitor Colian Astagar. Each of you will in turn give us a report on your doings upon coming to this world, culminating in your destruction of the heretic vessel. You may proceed.
Well, when we came on this world, we noticed that something was off. We
With the
tried-
population,
Yes, there was some strange vibe. I can't really explain. Something off. So we tried
Continue.
mingling with the locals, and the locals were very, very skeptical of us. We got to, and we got talking to this fella called Bill, and he directed us to find his cousin named Bill, and he would help us. That man
what
helped
incentive
us.
did you use to procure the aid of the locals?
With the goodwill of the Emperor.
And we promised him a horse cart.
Continue.
That man led us to the destination we asked him to, but on the way, we came across some kind of massacre that was like wrenched of chaos. It was disgusting.
Continue.
And as we
Hello, sorry, I'm late.
Okay, so Matt, you guys are currently sitting in a room with 3 Inquisitors giving a
Yeah.
report on your doings. And suddenly your Psyker is there as well.
As if I'm
Wow. I know, right? This is by warp magics. KO9.
This is borderline heresy.
and we found it after we found that massacre. Okay, sorry, I kind of forgot what happened.
You're so high right now.
I might be high, but yeah. How many weeks ago was that?
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks ago. So you were just saying that we met Bill, and he
Yeah.
took us to the mountains, and then we found the I think the Chaos Marine.
No, we found the massacre first.
Am I to understand that during this time period you faced no other significant threats?
And after we found the massacre, our psycho friend here sent something really odd, some kind of death cloud or something that was kind of hard to explain. So we followed some tracks or something, and we come across a Chaos Space Marine. I know, Heresy. He was wounded, but we killed him.
And then?
And then, like I said,
That would be all. Dell, is it?
Yes.
Your statement, report. You came to this planet, what course of action did you follow?
This planet's a backwoods hole. Barely. It's pre-technology. All they had is horse and buggies.
Each world is precious to the Emperor.
It's a precious backwoods hole. Our first step was to find the source of heresy. We had reports of possible heretical mutilations occurring on the planet. We found the first town available to our drop point, made the contact with Bill. Bill took us to the mountains where they were suspected activity. We found at least 2 towns mutilated by apparent demons. We encountered a single demon that we were able to defeat. In the mountains, we encountered a Chaos Space Marine that we were able to defeat. And then we headed back to town. After that, we were rendezvoused, picked up, and brought to the ship, where we proceeded to destroy the Chaos ship.
Gideon, your report.
Yes, my lord. We landed on the planet. We had made contact with some of the locals, including a person called Bill. Acquired horse and cart, started making our way towards our mountains location where we knew an incident had happened with some of the locals. During our trek there, we encountered this massacre, as my friends have already said, and following tracks that our psyker noticed, we started following these tracks, which first led us to an ambush by vile warp mutants, until we located multiple monument stone things. Not sure what do you call those, obelisks, sort of. And we fought some kind of armored being, reminiscent of Astartes' armor, but older. We were able to somehow beat this monstrosity, and then we destroyed the monuments. We also found our ally called Bill, later killed, and then also said Bill later mutated after our psyker realized something was possessing his corpse. He sort of...
Halt. Quintus.
Hello,
report.
yes. We landed on the planet like you've been told. We attempted to make inroads with the local populace, which led us nowhere until we found Bill, who was a drunkard, but we believed him trustworthy. We proceeded along a road to the village where, yes, 100% fatalities of the civilian populace of the town, all killed by some foul warpery. One detail that has been forgotten: we were attacked, and I was kind of eaten by a foul warp beast until our valiant psyker melted it and my arm. And then, yes, we came across some standing stones with a traitor Astartes that we destroyed, and then we destroyed the standing stones, and then we returned back to where we had left our friend Drunkard Bill, who was unconscious, and we brought his unconsciousness with us for a while until we realized that he should have been dead, and he wasn't dead, and our psyker then proceeded to say there was a demon in him, so we blew him up as well.
Davros,
Yes, my lord.
report.
Having been dropped on this world to identify the initial problem, where we are told that an entire group of scouts had been murdered, we made contact with one of the locals who agreed to lead us into the mountains in question. After traveling for a few days, we stumbled upon a village within which everyone had been slaughtered. I checked the warp, only to find out that some sort of warp entity had done this. Not exactly sure what could have caused this. We decided to investigate the local area. Checking the map, we noticed that there were a number of standing stones, which our local guide told us were quite ancient, and a number were dotted across the planet. We thought this was the most logical place to check first, so we started heading in that direction. A few nights into our journey, we were attacked by what I can only assume it was a chaos spawn of some sort. Something had just...
Halt. At this point, we have Chaos Beast, demons, Chaos Spawn, warp creatures. We have 5 conflicting reports. Which is it?
The chaos spawn, my lord.
Sir,
They don't all know what this beast was, but it was a creature influenced by the warp, but I would not say it was a creature of the warp itself.
Proceed.
Having defeated this creature, we continued towards the standing stones. On scouting the standing stones, we noticed what we could only assume was one of the a fallen Astartes, if you could believe such a thing, had piled up. Yes?
At this point, ECM hold up a data slate with Quintus, what you can only assume is images pulled from your pic recording equipment of various states of you mostly running the hell away from it while trying to hose it down.
I did run
kill
away
it.
from it a lot, yes.
Is this the being that you refer to?
That is correct, my lord.
Proceed.
We noticed that he had been building some sort of foul pyramid around these standing stones. The number of standing stones I realized was significant, it being 8. And as you would know, 8 is a significant number for the warp. After defeating this fallen Astartes, who noticed us, obviously due to his advanced training and many years in the field, who noticed us also almost immediately, we destroyed the altar he had created, but we still, at least I knew that something was still happening here. It seemed like there was a ritual occurring. From what data we had been able to gather previously, it sounded like there were a number of these sorts of standing stones, 8 every time, dotted across the planet, and we were fearful that some sort of foul chaos ritual was happening across this entire world. Working with my previous experience, I thought it would be best for us to destroy as many of these stones as possible. Once we destroyed about 5 of the stones, leaving only 4 remaining, I noticed a significant lessening in the pressures of the warp in the local area. Thus, we left. We went back to our guide, who we had left an hour or two's distance from the standing stones, only to find him unconscious. Now, after Quintus had looked at him for an hour or two trying to determine what had happened, I decided to look at him myself using my experience, only to realize that something had hitched onto his mind and was a parasite of some sort, was riding his corpse. Once it realized I'd noticed it, it attacked our party using or any manner of foul um, warp magic. We don't know how many of these were there, but it almost seemed like they were appearing due to this foul ritual that was being carried out by these Astartes. We think that something similar to this might have been what had killed the entire village.
Halt. Del, in all your accounts, you have sought this Bill character that you mentioned. Does it not seem likely that he was a pawn of the warp, leading you precisely where they wanted you to go?
To be honest, my lord, he seemed primarily drunk. However, also simple in his demeanor. Anything is possible. I wouldn't think it would take much to corrupt such a mind.
Gideon,
Yes,
am I to
Lord.
understand that you deployed to this world with very little information? Within the space of a few days, managed to track down a site of warp activity, interrupt a ritual guarded by a creature more ancient than any in this room, survive, and then proceed to the next point of your adventure. Is that correct?
Yeah, yes, my lord. Although now you put it like that, this seems impossible.
You see Inquisitor Velquin, her scarred face scrunched up around her pragmatic eyes, lean forward a little bit, fingers tented in front of her. And during the battle with this beast guarding the stones, how did you manage to incapacitate the...
With all of us, sir.
Thankfully, while this creature seemed resistant to attacks using the warp, I was able to use my prodigious warp powers to do some significant damage, specifically going for the power pack to his power armor, which we thought may be the most efficient way of trying to debilitate such a being. This seemed to work for a while, but
That thing
eventually
threw
the
me
creature seemed to
20
become more
meters.
angry than anything else. But by that time, thankfully, due to a lack of power in his armor, he was severely hampered, and we were able to eventually just trip him. And it was very difficult for him to get up, and we were able to just outnumber him. Although a few of us almost lost our lives.
Quintus, as I understand it, you were instrumental in the breaching and subsequent destruction of the heretic vessel.
That I was. What would you like to know about it?
Your point of entry. You navigated the vessel. As I understand it, the interior proved to be troublesome for many of our agents aboard it. How did you set about disabling the defenses and troops between you and Target Primaris?
Well, thankfully we had a mostly unopposed run to a console that was still operational and not too ruined by the ruinous powers. And I accessed it and managed to shut every single door on the ship along our path to the engine room.
A fortuitous turn of events, I'm sure. Upon making your way to the engine room, as I understand it, very little warning was given to the Imperial forces aboard the vessel before its subsequent destruction. What means did you utilize to destroy your objective?
Unfortunately, warning couldn't really be given. We were about to be overrun ourselves when Davros here managed to use his powers to blast a hole through the reactor casing, at which point we both climbed through and piled what melter bombs and other explosives we had inside the core itself.
We also severed a number of the coolant and other resource pipes between the reactor and the rest of the ship in order to hasten the, well, not hasten, but ensure the destruction of the reactor core.
During your escape, you fought a number of opponents. We have reports from the other cells that have survived. Demonic creatures aboard the vessel. Strange creatures of shadow. As well as run-ins with xenoracers, mercenaries from across the sector. But you appear to have encountered no such resistance as far as I can ascertain.
We considered we got resistance, sir. As we were climbing a big tunnel, I was the last one. I had to kill a whole gang of some cultist scum while my honorable tech priest was getting up. And while I was doing that, they were fighting upstairs as well. We was plenty of resistance in the ship.
Either you were very bold or very foolish to be fighting on two fronts.
We had to do it. Had this bottleneck. We had to climb up to get to the next level. So while the last one was climbing, we just happened to run into the patrol coming our way in the back. Had I not fought them, they would just shot us as I was climbing. But not even because we couldn't even climb. The line wouldn't hold us all.
During
Very
our
well.
during our time on the ship, we faced two manners of opponents. We did not see or face any type of xeno mercenary. We fought mainly cultists, although there were 3 occasions where we were attacked by beings which I could only describe of being from the warp. The first time was when a door I was protecting was rushed by a number of small gremlin-like warp entities, which the ship seemed to generate automatically as some kind of defense to intrusion. Secondly, while climbing, I happened to be enveloped for a moment or two by some kind of mucus or warp substance, but thankfully, due to the power invested in me by the Emperor, I was able to destroy this foul liquid before it could do anything to me. The final time was while defending the reactor core while Quintus was working on it to try and see if he could shut it down or override it. We were attacked by as you mentioned, a demon, some sort of monster or shadow. 2 cultists actually ran when they saw us. One of them committed suicide instantly, the other dying to our fire a moment or two after that. And this shadow seemed to devour their blood in their bodies, after which a warp entity stepped through a tear that he was able to make in the fabric of space, and he attacked us. But thanks to, once again, my warp powers, but also to Dell's impressive wrestling, and as well as Gideon's impressive Imperial training, we were able to kill it before it did too much damage.
What about me?
What about you?
I'm pretty sure I did something to
Well,
that thing too.
Mel, to his credit, also attacked with his hammer for the Emperor.
Upon leaving the ship, your point of egress was to a Valkyrie assault carrier, which was subsequently shot down. Gideon, how do you say, did you discharge your duties well?
My lord, what do you mean? In that situation or the whole situation with the?
Did you do your duty to the Emperor? Do you consider the execution of your duties well done?
Yes. Yes, my lord.
Quintus, surely it pained you to see a vessel so corrupted. Did it not?
It did, my lord. Although less so, as this was not an imperial built vessel. This was it may have been based on designs for one, but it was entirely heretical in nature.
You see Inquisitor Astigar smile. You feel that slow roil of cold psychic energy run over you as you say that. And during your time aboard this vessel, did you at any point encounter a machine spirit?
I would not call it a machine spirit, as I would know it was something far more powerful and worse.
So as I'm to understand it, during the course of your investigation, each of you has been exposed to the raw stuff of chaos. Both planetside and once more aboard this vessel, is that correct?
It would seem that way, maybe.
Mephitheus?
Well, you could say it like that, but I would say we have been tested against the corruption and we succeeded.
Davros,
My lord.
our astropaths report a very anomalous reading from planet side coinciding with your report. Any strange activities or manifestations while manifesting your powers?
At one point, I did something did happen, and I was pulled out of this reality for a mere moment. Thankfully, the Emperor was with me, and I was able to resist and hold myself together long enough for reality to reassert itself and pull me back to the normal plane. All I can thank is the Emperor, as I was able to keep myself together while gazing upon the glorious light of the Astronomicon.
Dilib, would you say you have discharged your duties to the Emperor to the best of your abilities?
Of course, my lord. I would say that.
Do you say so with pride?
No one I know hates heresy nearly as much as I do, my lord. I would spend every fiber of my being, including my life, defeating heresy. I did not hold back in this encounter.
Quintus, the Adeptus Mechanicus allies are often known for their logical manner. Would you say that you discharged your duties to the Omnissiah maximum efficiency possible?
Well, I'm having seen the reports of the explosion. Yes, I would. There is very little left of the ship.
Mephitheus,
Yes, sir.
you seem somewhat nervous when addressing us.
I'm
Do you
sorry.
feel like you have not discharged your duties to the Emperor to the best of your abilities?
Well, one can never strive towards perfection hard enough, sir.
Understand that each of you has resisted the blandishments of chaos has, in some way, perhaps by the will of the Emperor or by his grace, managed to avert a catastrophic disaster which marks you. You will be taken by the Inquisition. You will be shaped into a weapon of the Inquisition. A scalpel to cut the cancer from the Imperium. A spear to thrust into the heart of chaos. You will get access to the best that the Imperium has to offer. And in return, you are expected to give your best in return. Your lives, your very souls, if that is what's needed. If you accept this charge, we will lay upon you, you no longer belong to yourselves. You are the coin we spend in the war against chaos. If you do not wish to do this duty, you may leave this room now. No harm will come to you. You will simply be diminished.
I think I can speak for all of us, but when we say we will gladly take this honor of being this scalpel, cut the corruption out of the sight of the Emperor.
Each of you will be raised to the rank of interrogator. In time, the Emperor willing, and your skills permitting, each of you may rise to become an inquisitor in your own right. But for now, you get to decide, perhaps the last thing you get to decide. Which arm of the Ordos do you wish to work most closely with? Inquisitor Valquin here is a representative of the Ordo Hereticus. Inquisitor Astigar is here from the Ordo Xenos. And myself, I'm here as a representative of Ordo Malleus. We like to provide a unified front facing sedition, heresy, Xenos. But the Imperium is rife with factions, alliances, and indeed sometimes subtle wars and espionage and sabotage. Choose, gentlemen.
My lord, I think I speak for us all when we say that we wish to join the Order Xenos to fight, help humanity, defend humanity from not that from within or the other, but rather that insidious, weakening corruption from without.
Death to
For
heresy.
what reason do you wish to join the Ordo Xenos?
We have seen the influence that Xeno artifacts have, the corruption they can do. So we want to take the fight to the Xeno scum.
Gentlemen, the artifacts, heretical technology, and Xeno filth that pollute our worlds are really the least of the threat that we face. The most dangerous thing about the Xeno is its ideology. The warping, corrupting influence of empathy that makes honest imperial citizens consider the alien to be equal to mankind, to be friend to mankind. That is the most insidious influence that we fight. Are you sure you wish to join this order?
Yes, my lord.
Yes, my lord.
Yes, my lord.
You're all in agreement?
Yes.
Very well then. Inquisitor Astigar, You have the floor. And you see Inquisitor Valquin and Inquisitor Pontus get up, leave, door sealing behind them. And you can see immediately as they leave, Astigar is much younger than they are, and you can see he's, in spite of the fact that he's a psyker, he's much more laid back. Like the moment they leave the room, he loses that rigidity that he had to his body. He puts his feet up on the table, looks at you. Right, so, with the unpleasantness out of the way, well, good job on not dying horribly. Not gonna lie, most of us never make it past the interrogator stage, so good job there.
Thank you, sir.
It's fine. Just call me Astigar, or Colian if you have to be formal. So, as much as we Inquisitors like to put the fear of the Emperor into loyal Imperial subjects, we find it often much more easier to have a amicable working relationship with the various factions, working within the Imperial bureaucracy whenever we can. We don't have to. I mean, we can do whatever we want, within reason. Only the Inquisitor Lord himself can really rein us in, so to speak, if need be. But running roughshod over your planetary governors, over your local arbites, over your Imperial Navy captains and admirals tends to generate a bit of resentment, which personally I like to avoid in the long run. So, have you gentlemen given any thought to which branch of our glorious Imperium you'd like to work for? Or work with, I should say. You won't be reporting to them, you'll be working directly under myself, but we'll do our best to assist our allies where we can. It makes for a smoother relationship. There are many options available to you. Our massive bureaucratic machine, the Adeptus Administratum, is always ready with paperwork to get you companies, holdings, money, false identities, passes, ident chips, anything you can think of, they can create. We have our brothers from the Mechanicus, and he gestures at Quintus. Artisans, engineers, only the best that Mars can produce. If we work closely with them, most likely deal with the Skitari, you will deal with the tech priests, often interesting experiments that tend to go wrong, that they do for the advancement of the Imperium. They, of course, also have a significant division dealing with the threat of the alien. Hunting them, dissecting them, finding out how their heretical technology works so that we can better equip our armies to deal with them.
And resist
If you
them,
wish.
sir.
Sorry?
And also how it's also better to know how they work so we can better resist them.
Indeed. So, we have the Imperial Navy. Now, I'll be the first to say, even though we're sitting aboard a glorious vessel, the Imperial Navy, quite frankly, has an enormous stick up its ass most of the time. But sometimes you need a continent flattened, and of course they are the men for the job. So it stays to be on the good side of them. If you wish, you can also work closer within the Inquisition itself. We have many archives. We have, of course, our own militant. With the Order Xenos, you will work closely with inquisitorial stormtrooper squads. You will work with, if you're very fortunate, the Death Watch kill teams. And of course, you'll get access to the vast funds and networks and knowledge available to us. Otherwise, you fine gentlemen can, of course, ingratiate yourselves with the Imperial Guard. But unfortunately, the Guard tend to go where the Emperor wills it, so they're often unavailable to just pull at the drop of a hat, since they tend to be on crusade. Most worlds will have a garrison force of PDF, but unfortunately many of them don't quite pass the muster when it comes to combat readiness. So, gentlemen, any ideas? Have you given any thought to which option appeals to you?
Do you have any preference?
I think, my lord, we were planning to try and work more with the Inquisition to learn from our superiors, so that we may be more effective in the Emperor's name.
Is this true, Quintus?
I believe that's true. Yes.
Gideon, you've been rather quiet up until this point. Speak your mind.
Well, yes, working with the Inquisition will be, or closely, will be most interesting. All of the equipment will be nice. Actual equipment.
Oh yes, we have the very best toys. Very well then. Before I formally induct each of you, I have a gift. You see him take his feet off the table, reach under it, and pull out a black, looks like a ceramite casing, probably about 8 centimeters thick. And he flips it open, and the inside has got a red velvet, and inside of it you see 5 rings. And he hands them, gets up, walks over, and hands them to you. One for each of you. And you see the rings themselves have the Ordo Xenos inquisitorial eye crossing through a stylized version of a Tyranid skull, like a signet ring. These rings mark you as agents of the Inquisition. Until you get your Rosetan turn, these will serve as a means of identification, a means of intimidation, and sometimes just a way to grease the wheels. You'll find them very helpful. Each of these can also be inserted into any standard Imperial cogitator to override numerous kinds of encryption and security clearance. With these rings, you can walk into anything short of the planetary governor suite on any planet in the Imperium, and no cogitator will be able to stop you. No? Not the right color?
Excellent.
Thank you, my lord.
Thank you, my lord.
Very well. So, as agents of the Inquisition, we'll be leaving very shortly for the world of Therum. It is on the outskirts of this system. It is a factory world. Not as ancient as some of the Mechanicum strongholds, and still with quite a large population of non-Mechanicus folk. There, we will stay at my compound for the next few days. We will get you armored. We will get you armed. We will draw up a list of equipment. And after that, those of you who require more serious medical attention, be
Yes,
it
sir.
surgical grafts, muscle tissue regeneration, or bionics, if need be, we'll have
I'm
your
sorry,
bodies
sir.
ready.
I have been very drowsy since, I'm barely hanging. My arm is barely hanging on, and I'm on really strong medication. So I'm sorry if I'm look as I'm drowsy.
Stiff upper lip. So, those of you in need of having your body strengthened before doing the Emperor's work, we will do so. Any other members of your team will convene there, and we will get you ready before you are deployed into the field. So, rest, recuperate. It's probably going to be a good week before we arrive, and I shall definitely contact you before we get there. So, look up, gentlemen, you're getting a pay raise.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'll be off with you.
I salute him.
Salute him and leave.
No need for that. But no. I only do that if the old fogies are around. No need for For that one, we're in private.
So yes, sir.
You see the servitor still scratching furiously. Alright, and he points at the door and shoos you out of the room.
Alright, start leaving.
Alright, so
Really?
gentlemen, you guys are all officially no longer dog meat.
Excellent.
You're
We're
now
now
slightly
deluxe
higher
dog
quality
meat.
dog meat. Indeed. Okay, so, agents of the Inquisition. What do you guys want? Before we start getting to specifics like guns, armor, stuff like that, as a group, what boon do you wish from the Inquisition that they're gonna get to put together for you guys?
Quintus's boon is going to be asking for a reassignment to a squad that cares more about limbs.
They're going to reassign you to a factory that manufactures prosthesis
Awesome.
to root out heresy.
He can do that. He's good at that.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so Quintus is going to leave. Anybody else?
Yeah, I think Davros will request being sent off somewhere where there's less hatred for psychers.
Alright.
There's some people in this party he feels just really they're secretly psychers in their hearts, but they hate them for some reason.
I have
Probably
no
because of
idea what
heresy.
you're talking about.
Alright. So, who are we replacing you two with?
Quintus is being replaced with Solomon Cursed.
Oh, Jesus.
What's up?
Oh no, he's just a character from the Eisenhorn books.
It's he.
Yeah, from the Vic Win books. The third
Oh,
series.
damn it. I found one name, and then I used the name generator to get the second name. Have I inadvertently
Right.
made a copyrighted character?
Is your whole body covered in tattoos?
No,
Depicting
Not
all the
yet.
sins?
no, just
Not yet,
acid
then.
burns.
Ah, close enough. Okay, so Solomon Cursed, and who's coming back?
Davros.
Severus. So who are we gonna have at the original party? It's gonna be Severus.
Dell.
Dell.
Yes.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I am the law.
Okay. Yeah, in the law. You're the only one that hasn't died like a scrub yet.
And me. Hey,
Um,
wait, Severus neither.
Severus hasn't died yet.
Well, Severus only got away because Severus got seriously wrecked.
Yep,
Mate,
but
Dell's
I'm
awesome.
still not dead.
True enough, I guess. Okay, so, gentlemen. Boon, what do you guys want from the Inquisition as a group?
Small ship.
You want a ship?
I think that was.
Wait. Well, okay.
Well, you can't have a whole ship if you go Inquisition.
No,
could
yeah,
have
it's
like
like
a-
an atmospheric thing.
Yeah, you could have like a gunship. You'd still need like a normal ship to transport you between
Yeah.
worlds, but this will allow you to go from orbit to the planet's surface and so on, or to go
That
from
sounds
one
good.
part of the planet to
Yeah,
another.
that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Okay, so gunship
If everybody's
wise,
good with that.
what kind of gunship do you guys want? Do you want one that you guys can live off of with enough like living room to stay in it for months at a
That would be
time if
nice.
need be?
Yes.
Or do you want one that is armored up to the balls with lots of guns?
The other one
Or
has
do you-
guns, but not as many guns, right?
Yeah, they all have guns. It's just going to depend on. Do you want something agile with high firepower? Do you want something more multi-purpose? Or do you want something that's literally just a flying brick with guns attached to it, with some more guns attached to the guns?
I
think-
like the idea of one that we can park and then work out of.
Yeah, because Xenos don't have hotels.
Yeah, mobile base, basically.
Multi-purpose run, right?
All right. So, you guys will get one-time Imperial Cutter.
What? We're playing a
Yeah.
now?
Not that kind of cutter. Okay, weapon-wise, you guys have a number of options available to you. I'm going to give you the options for each hardpoint, and then you guys can tell me what you want for hardpoint-wise. Okay, hull mounted in front of the ship, or under the nose of the ship, I should rather say. You can have assault cannons.
Well, Griffey, sorry. Why don't you first give us a rundown of how many hard points they've got and where
Oh,
they all
that's a good
point,
idea.
and we can decide.
That's a good
from there.
idea. Okay, so it has one gun point in the back that is slave to a servitor. It's like a pintle mount. It can fire in, well, it's a bit bigger than pintle mount, but anyway, it can fire in like a 180-degree arc behind the ship. And then it has 2 hard points under each wing and 2 hard points under the nose, so it gives you 7 in total. 1 in the rear facing and then 6 forward facing. Your options for weaponry include Las cannons, assault cannons, heavy bolters, or what is this? Oh, or missile pods, which can be loaded with, a lot of different kinds of missiles.
The gun points under the wings, are they also 180 degrees?
No, they're fixed forward facing.
So we've got 2 under each wing, yeah?
Yeah, so basically, let me scribble on the table for you.
All right.
So-
Whilst you're scribbling.
So over there, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you've got a 7th one back here.
So
Is 5 or 6 a 180-degree one, or they're both also forward facing?
just that back one is.
They're 5 and 6 are 90-degree angles, so they can fire kind of like that.
So I'm thinking, and you may or may not agree, on each wing, lass and missile pod, under the nose, either the heavy bolters or assault cannons, on the back, whatever.
Tell us
probably another-
what's the difference between an assault cannon and a heavy bolter?
Assault cannon is basically like an oversized minigun. It's the thing that Space Marine dreadnoughts or Terminators normally use. Except it's vehicle mounted for regular people.
And I take it where is the entrance to this ship? Is it in the back?
It has 2. It has a small door on the front that you can get into with a ladder, and then it has a cargo hold at the bottom door, a ramp that falls down. You can load things into for like if you're taking on cargo and that kind of thing.
And that's the back.
That's on the belly, like on the
Yes.
stomach.
Because my feeling is heavy bolter at the back, and then I agree with the missile pods and las on the wings, and then I mean the front. Why didn't we do on the front 1 heavy bolter, 1 assault cannon, just to cover our bases?
Because there's no symmetry there. No symmetry.
Assault cannons have ridiculous rate of fire. 6 barrels, an electric motor, and a single timber.
The bullets are smaller though, yeah?
Yeah, they're much smaller.
Okay, well we can keep two heavy bolters. I don't mind.
Put it this way, like, assault cannons have excellent penetration, right? Because they're like ridiculously thick diamond tip, solid, shells basically. Not shells,
Shit.
but shit, yeah. Heavy bolter is high explosive, so it'll shred soft targets.
Yeah, las
they-
cannons can deal with hard
well-
targets, so.
No, are you sure? Then I still think we should have 1 of each at the front, just in case we are actually flying to something that has serious armor. That the
What
las
about you,
cannons are not enough.
Crash Lady? And
I really don't have
how,
an
How
opinion.
is that hard point working at the front? Is it like 2 turret mounts, sort of?
think of it as gimbal mounts.
Yeah, but gimbal. But are they?
Are
2,
they
or
twin
is it like
linked?
1 and 1 is attached to it?
It's 2 of them like next to each other on a rotating disc.
So
That's what I call it.
they're
Okay,
twin
both
linked,
are
yeah?
on the same disc, so that's what I mean.
Yes, they're both on the same one. Think of it like that. That just rotates in the direction it needs to
Oh,
fly.
okay. Then 2 heavy bolters make sense, I suppose.
I still think it might be a good idea to have like, well, I mean, yeah.
Can you fire them both independently?
I suppose. I mean, it's a lot harder because they have different projectile velocities, but yes, you can do that.
Yeah, but
Well,
I mean, like, we're just going to use the heavy bolter, or you're just going to use the assault cannon.
Yeah, you could do that if you wanted.
Then I think it might be better to have 1 assault cannon and 1 heavy bolter, and just use 1 which makes more sense for the situation.
That makes sense.
Why not then, if we're going to do that, 2 assault cannons on the front and just a heavy bolter on the back? And that way, can still
Yeah, but
strafe
then we
shit.
won't have any forward firing heavy bolter for like shredding infantry if we need.
To be fair, if you're hitting infantry, if you hit them with an assault cannon or hit them with a heavy bolter, either way, they're going to be chunky salsa.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, but since what is the explosive radius of a heavy bolter, or does it not matter really?
I wouldn't say it has a radius as such. I mean, it'll
Okay,
gouge like fist-sized chunks out of concrete,
Okay,
for
yeah,
example.
yeah, I suppose it doesn't really matter then. Like heavy bolter or assault cannon, it's gonna shred it either way. So heavy bolter's heavy explosive is just like how it hits targets. Like heavy bolter is better
It
against
super
horse and shit.
penetrates. Yeah, it super penetrates, then explodes. Basically rips it apart from the inside.
Okay, and the assault cannon is just like fucking
Rips through
holes.
whatever it hits.
Yeah. You get clean holes, or do you want to explode the thing from the inside? So I suppose it doesn't matter. 2 assault cannon on the front.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Just like,
Hey, bro, you
yeah.
taking notes?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so you guys want 2 assault cannons in the front, what do you want in the wings? Nine, any preference?
Yeah, I'm not gonna really have too much of an opinion here.
How
You
do
guys
they-
know better than I do.
less guns work. Do they use some sort of ammo system, or is it feed from the ship's power supply?
They're less cannons, and they just draw directly off the reactor aboard the vessel.
Okay. Would Okay, yeah. So there's no
Maintenance
problem
on them
like
is just-
firing them too much, like just zapping the reactor too much or something.
No, unless you get into like a 6-month war or something, you might start taking some wear and tear.
Okay. Yeah, good to know. That's gonna sound good then.
Alright, 2 last cannons, and then what for the other 2 hard points?
Heavy bolters.
Aren't they missiles? Missile pods?
I think missiles
run
would probably
missiles.
be nice and versatile.
Yeah, we can just have like frags or cracks.
You've got 2 options. You can go rocket pods or you can go missile pods. Rocket pods are non-changeable, they just fire area effect. But they come in like much bigger clusters and they have way more ammo. Missiles, you can have melter missiles, you can have crack missiles, you can have frag missiles, you can have different kinds preloaded. You obviously pick before you go.
Is
But I mean,
do those missile pods, do they also have like any like heat-seeking systems on them, or any kind of tracking systems, or is it just like
there
chain
are
strike
wards.
missile?
There's rewards that you can load that has tracking, yeah.
Okay, because I was thinking missiles, because just having maybe a couple of them, if we like, I mean, this thing isn't obviously designed for dogfighting, but having a couple might be just useful just in case. We're
Yeah,
gonna be
think of it more as like a really fucking big Apache that can fly into space. I suppose makes the biggest sense.
yeah.
It looks like a train with wings stapled to it. It's not, yeah, it's typical Imperial, not really incredibly aerodynamic.
Flying brick box.
Pretty much. If you think about the Thunderhawk gunship, looks a lot like that.
Okay, yeah. Maybe not having any tracking missiles, but I think missiles would still be a good idea just because of the different missiles we can mount. Are those missiles the same kind of types you would fire off of a handheld launcher?
Pretty much, very similar, yeah.
But they aren't the same though, so they aren't. You can't just like pick up some of those stuff and plop them in.
Aren't
No,
you talking
unfortunately
about, like,
not.
man-sized missiles?
They're pretty big, like I said. To give you an idea, this is kind of what it looks like. Not exactly, but that's the closest thing I can find picture-wise.
Ooh, that looks cool.
So basically you'll have 2 weapons under the nose, and then 2 on each wing, and then 1 in the rear facing.
Sorry.
Alright, and then
Okay.
what do you guys want for your rear weapon?
Heavy bolter?
I think a heavy bolter would be good because if the hatch is open, we've got something that'll cover our asses if we're currently, fighting people.
That's true.
Alrighty. So Hippo, you got all that down?
Yep.
Good man. Are you just putting it in the equipment list or where are you sticking it?
Putting this in the player notes.
Okay.
But I can copy and
Alrighty,
paste
so
it
you
there
guys
as
will
well.
have your own ship. You'll have a servitor slave to the heavy bolter in the back. That gives you 2 extra crew slots that you guys have got left.
Frederick.
He's gonna be our armorer. That's for sure.
Well, can't we set him up with a small workshop so he can just make stuff and repair stuff for us?
We just need a pilot and him.
Well, yeah. We'll need a
You can
podcast.
get a pilot servitor if you guys want. It doesn't have to be an actual person.
Oh, cool.
You can literally
Servitor.
just like wire some poor bastard into
I
the
have
cockpit.
spent points into operate aeronautical.
You can always be the backup pilot if something happens.
I could
to the
attempt to
other one.
fly.
You can be the backup
Like I
pilot.
say, backup pilot.
Why don't we?
If they're
Why
all
don't we then get a pilot servitor, and then if we ever really need something fancy done, then Solomon can try, and we can all go down in flames.
I'm okay with
It's the
that.
most likely outcome.
That seems like a fantastic idea. Alright, so you guys want Frederick, and you want 2 servitors.
Frederick was our man. He's always our
Actually,
man.
servitor only tells us a third. You can have one more servitor.
Maybe
Actually,
we should get. Can we get an astropath?
Do we?
Yeah, I don't know
I
if we
mean,
can get an
tell you what. Each of you roll a d100 for me.
I rolled a 9.
I rolled
That's pretty good.
I rolled a 15.
Mine rolled a 99.
I rolled a 50
Hell.
something.
Sorry, everybody give me your, sorry, let me just pull out my calculator quickly. Everybody give me your totals, one by one.
Wow.
Starting with Severus,
Mine was 56.
56. Next person,
Good.
Gideon.
Me. 58, 85.
Good lord. Okay, Solomon.
9.
Damn.
99.
Okay, and Mr. Thithis.
99.
Jesus. And what did the other roll?
15.
Wow, you guys are gonna probably skim through. Yeah, you actually do manage to skim through just by virtue of Hippo and Trash having it rolled so low.
Digital high five.
Digital high five. Okay, you guys can have a level 1 astropath. Which means this motherfucker is not gonna be like sending messages, segmentums away. But you'll be able to pick up most things within like a couple of solar systems.
Ooh.
Sounds good.
Without like having an aneurysm and dying. One.
Maybe.
Okay.
If he's lucky.
If he's lucky. Okay, so Frederick, pilot servitor, gunner servitor, and level 1 astropath. Okay. Right, so that's your boon from the Inquisition done. Now, getting into each individual person. Let's just start on the left and work our way down. Methotheus.
Can I have
Okay.
a pass on? Can I do it later?
Okay, is there any particular like medical gear that you need before you go, or do whatever it is that you need to do?
Well, I need to roll about like I need a kick-ass cybernetic arm.
All right. Roll the d100 for me. It's going to be a straight acquisition check.
Try and roll it properly.
I was for fucking trying to roll. Goddamn new keyboard here, damn it.
Stop replacing all your shit every week.
So what was
Because
the
the-
first roll? Did you see?
Let's
90
roll, it's
something.
fine.
Wow.
Just roll. Those first two rolls were just like flubs.
Yeah,
There we
like,
go.
They didn't even roll properly. And you got an 18.
Wow, that's not bad actually. You say you want a kick-ass cybernetic arm. Let me just quickly look through the cybernetics list here to see, because you guys can get some pretty decent stuff now. Anybody else with injuries that wants to do bionics? Start looking at what you want to get so long. Well, I quickly
Was I
just have a
actually
quick squiz here.
injured?
Just your shoulder. Nothing. You can just like get muscle grafts if you want. You don't
Oh,
need to
yeah,
actually
yeah.
get anything.
Yeah, okay.
You don't have anything too crazy.
Thinking about me?
Here.
No.
Okay, let's have a look here. Cybernetics. Bionics. So do you want a bionic replacement for your arm? Fine.
Would be the most logical thing to do, right?
Not really. I mean, most people don't go around going, fuck this arm. It's usually just the Mechanicus. Most people try and hang on to their fleshy bits, man, if they can.
Well, could you hang on an arm? Isn't it like completely fucked?
They could probably fix it. It's Imperium, man. They've got the best in medical science.
How well could they fix it?
Probably make it as good as it was before.
But I want it better, damn it.
Well, if you
How
want a bionic
sacred is
arm,
the flesh?
you're old well enough to get a bionic one, so if you want a bionic, we can go bionic.
Let's say I give him a doctor's opinion of he needs totes need new arm.
Yes, Ein?
Yes, I would.
Yes
like
or no?
a bionic arm.
Okay. So with a roll of a 19, you can get a good craftsmanship bionic arm, which gives you a plus 10 bonus on agility tests for delicate manipulation. So if you try and pick some locks or, find the G-spot, that kind of thing, you get a plus 10 bonus.
Can I have a strength arm?
Unfortunately, you need a much better bionic arm than that to get the strength bonus one.
Oh,
Sorry.
I needed the strength with my hammer, so I can smash with my hammer even harder.
Mash.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
you
now
got
you
two
can
more.
smash enemies with nimbleness.
You've got two more acquisition rolls left. Is there anything else you want to try for?
Um,
Okay, you got your arm fixed. What about your cut open stomach and disembowelment and all that kind of problem.
Yeah, I need to fix that up. I thought
You just
that
gonna
was
have them just do normal surgery, or do you want to try for something stupid?
fine, stupid.
Like cybernetic heart.
Yeah,
I think guts got cut open, not his chest.
Yeah, it's just the
He could,
stomach.
he
that
could get a
ripped
better
open.
heart though.
yeah. I'm just gonna like fix up my thing, maybe reinforce it or something.
Okay, and
Sort of like
weapon-wise, is there
Reinforce
any
it with caliber.
is there any specific weapon that you'd like to try and roll for that's above the rarity that you normally have access to?
Would I blow my cover completely if I tried to roll for force weapon?
I mean, you're welcome to try, but just bear in mind you're gonna have to roll like I think last time I checked it was like a 4 or something because you guys have got 32 influence now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not ridiculously low.
It's very, very low. I mean, you could try. I mean, maybe they'll like find one in a fucking locker just lying around or some shit, but it's unlikely. Not impossible, just it's pretty unlikely. But you can try. I mean, if you want to try it, we can do it. 4% chance.
So I got like my 2 ones I used it for the arm, and now I get just my chest and my stomach fixed.
Well, your stomach will just get fixed as part of regular old getting you ready so you don't get sent out to the field as half a person.
So I got 1 left.
You got 2 left.
2 left.
If you want to try, yeah.
Can you do one of the other guys first? I need to think a little.
Okay, go.
Yes.
You can pretty much get anything on the list that is rare. You don't need to roll for that. Is there any particular piece of equipment or gear or something that you want to try and get that is very, very rare that you want to try and acquire?
I don't have the list handy. Where's the list?
It's on the core rulebook. And it starts at... What page is this? Let's go up to the... There we go. Starts at... Say basically starts at like page 144.
Okay.
Yeah, do you want to look through there and then I'll do Severus along?
Yeah, because I'm going to be primarily combat focused, so it'll be like better armor, better weapons, that sort of thing. Nothing crazy.
Anything up to rare, you guys can acquire without having to roll for it. So if you want to go for like very rare or extremely rare and so on, then you have to make an acquisition roll.
Okay.
Go for the better carapace armor.
All
Or
right,
light
so
power armor.
And what
Severus.
page? What page was that? I'm sorry.
If you look at the bookmarks, just click on weapons and then just start scrolling down. You'll see there's a whole stack of different things.
Understood.
Weapons, protective gear, normal gear, cybernetics, all that kind of thing. Okay, Severus, you have 3 acquisition rolls. Is there anything in particular that you would like to try and acquire?
Well, I assume I need to acquire a leg, hey?
Are you still listing your Oh yeah, you
Well, nothing's gone, so I don't know if it's counted that I got one while I was away, but if not, I'm happy to get one now.
Didn't you roll and get like a better leg than Nepo had or something?
I honestly can't remember. It was a while ago.
Yeah, you did. You did get yourself a better leg.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm fine then.
Because
Okay,
I
my leg
remember
is
that
fine then.
Hippo was kind of being salty about. Well, not really, but
Unless you misplaced
we were
it.
all like, I don't remember honestly. We were
Oh,
either
well,
just
no.
being.
I'm happy to take
Oh,
the leg. We're fine. It's not like it gives you anything, except the ability to jump, so I'm not two-faced. The first thing I would like is a refractor field.
Okay, let's have a look. Refractor. What the rarity is this guy? Very rare. Okay, go for it. Roll them dices. What's that?
17.
17. Let me have a look, see quickly. I crack up every time I realize they make you glow in the dark. Alrighty. Okay, 1 times refractor field is yours.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 rolls left. Anything else?
Oh, I'm just writing down refractor field. We discussed yesterday. We were talking about servo skulls with weapon.
Yep. So a server skull with weapon is I actually looked into it. It's a tiny creature. So enemies trying to hit it get minus 20 to their ballistic skill. It has 4 wounds, and you can have a pistol class weapon mounted in the server skull. So, what kind of pistol do you want in the server skull?
I'm gonna take it that it does not. Can it reload itself? How does that work?
No, unfortunately, it only has a single. Like whatever clip is inside of it is the one that's inside of it. You have to actually like go back and strip it apart and put a new one in.
So it actually, if you think about it, when it's not really that useful in a fight because it'll get one clip and then you can't reload it.
Well, I mean, it depends on the gun. Like a last clip has got like what 30 shots.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Pretty big, but I mean, yeah, smaller weapon or more powerful weapons like bolt pistols and things got relatively lower amounts of ammo.
No, well, I think I'll stick it. Les, give me a les gun server skull.
Okay, you want a last pistol server skull? Make it roll for me. See whose family you use as a minion. Okay, luckily there's no modifiers in that because it's a fairly common item. So you get 1 times last pistol server skull. It has 4 wounds. It has a toughness armor value combined of 3. And enemies fighting at it take minus 20 because it's a very small target. It's just flitting about, shooting at you.
And its ballistic skill is?
Shit, hold on. It's a different page. It has a ballistic skill of 34.
Okay.
Last
if I,
roll.
if I wanted to get something that was near unique, how bad would that be?
It would be really difficult. Like I told Iron, you'd have to roll, like, very rare is, like, you'd have to roll, like, a 4 or less. You pretty much on a 1 would be, like, near unique.
Believe in the heart of the cards.
That
The
was
spleen of the cards.
Trying to decide if there's anything else I want that's not the thing that I want that's near unique.
Baneblade.
I'm not going to get one of those.
Just drop it in with your gun, with your cutter.
Um. What? Would I be able to get a servitor? Is that a possible? Is that a thing or not really?
But like a normal servitor.
Like a normal servitor,
Yeah, you could. I don't think you need to roll for that. You could just have one.
like a servitor with grenade launchers on it.
Okay, now that we'll have to roll for. I thought you meant like a civilian servitor.
What use is a civilian servitor?
I don't know. You could like call him the Herald and have him hold the door and stuff. You can try to roll for it. It'll be a normal acquisition roll.
Oh, I'm trying to think. Do I want to get that, which might be more useful in the long term? But on the other hand, I could roll for the thing that I really want, but I'm not going to get it.
Oh, you might if you're like super lucky.
Oh, screw it. It's more in character. I want to see if I can scrounge up a good quality cerebral implant.
Jesus.
Yeah, cranial
Okay.
implant. I'm not going to make this, but let's go anyway.
If you roll 1, I'll eat my dice. One of them.
Nope. Oh well, couldn't find it.
No problems.
Life
Okay,
is
unfortunately the Inquisition's resources do not stretch quite that far.
Yet. I'll
Yet.
get one eventually. Even if I have to murder a Madros and just pry it out of his cold, wet head.
Okay. Lady said he stepped away, right? Which leaves us with Solomon Grundy. Acquisition roll, son. Anything in particular
Hello.
you want to get?
Plasma pistol.
Oh, wow. Going straight for the throat.
I'm back.
Oh, okay, never mind. Lily's back. No, I'm joking. Yes, Hippo?
I'm rolling.
They're only very rare.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's only minus 10.
That didn't work.
Alright.
Second roll. I'm rolling for it again.
Okay, you really want the plasma pistol?
No. Again.
Pissed off too many people, Solomon.
It keeps
Oh,
getting
we were
worse.
So close.
What's
he, he gets it on that one.
Roll a
Is
fucking
there something
19.
else that you want?
Bolt pistol.
I think those are very rare, right?
Let's see.
Both of them are.
Okay, go for out of pity from the DM.
Can I use that roll where I just shot the dice in anger and got a 19?
Yeah, bolt.
Nope.
Uh,
Friendly
Yeah.
reminder: you guys can use fate points when rolling acquisition rolls. It's a normal test.
why not just go Storm Bolter?
Can I use the fate points to
Because-
reroll then?
That's even rarer.
You can.
Can I use
But
3
remember-
fate points to re-roll all 3 of my?
You can roll once.
Oh, for
What-
a second that 0
Wow,
0 was
awful.
No,
That's
no,
just terrible.
you rolled a 27. That's good, right?
there. Not for what I wanted.
Yeah, he needs to roll like a 1 for the thing he wants.
Oh.
He
What
wants
does
a
he want?
super ultra rare fucking bullshit.
Hmm.
Near
I just want that.
unique.
I just want that plus 20 to all law checks, mate. Don't be like that.
Wait, what did you want?
The cerebral implants. The good
Oh,
ones.
shit.
How much to roll for a very rare item?
It's normally a minus 10 penalty to your acquisition test. You'd have to roll a 22 or lower.
But we get plus 10, don't we?
No, you have an influence of 32,
Mm-hmm.
but a very rare item gives you a minus 10 penalty, so it's
Hmm.
22 or lower you have to roll. Okay, so Hippo, no bolt pistol, plasma
I got
pistols.
none of
Maybe
the
you can,
things.
you can pry one of them from the cold dead hands of somebody.
I guess I'll have to.
Okay, Gideon, you
Yeah.
have 3 acquisition rolls. What would you like to roll?
Oh, this is gonna be stupid, but whatever. Light power armor?
Oh god.
That's very rare, right?
Yes.
Well, that's a good
Okay.
idea.
We go first. It's not a bad idea if you know you're going to be in a straight fight.
Fate point.
Okay.
No, you can roll
Could be
3
a-
times,
that'd be
right?
Like, wait.
Oh.
What?
Suit of-
Bad, let's...
Oh shit, one short. I was about to say 1 suit of light power armor. So close.
Gotta spend a second acquisition
Can't you
roll.
find a dented one for him or something?
Yeah, get
You
him
can
one.
Hold on. Remember, you can spend a fate point before you roll the dice to add a plus 10 bonus as roll to a
Oh,
roll, eh? This is the other thing I wanted to say.
Does it count since you started talking to me?
Fine, roll it, you dick. It's because I'm a nice person.
I spend one more fate point for plus 10.
Oh!
Wow.
Okay, you got one roll left for something that's not power armor. What do you want to try and get?
Shit, I don't even know.
If there's really nothing else you want, you can try it again.
What? I mean, because advanced medkits are only rare, and we can just get those, right?
Yeah, you can just get those.
Shit. Is there anything in the gear I would like? Kind of want to get something and not just fail light power.
Well, why didn't you get yourself a full set of carapace armor like Dell?
Yeah, they're all rare.
Can all
I
get
mean-
that.
Yeah, we can all get
You
that.
can all get that.
He could roll for Militarum Tempestus.
It's only 1 point more. I don't think it's worth it.
Oh, you say that, but 1 point over 5 or 6 shots is 6 points.
That's true. The light power armor is only 7.
Any weapons, Liddy?
I'm looking, but I was thinking of getting the Hellgun or multi hotshot.
Combo bolter.
Gun, and I think that's not very rare, is it?
You mean hotshot las guns? Let's have a look quickly. Hellguns are... Scroll.
Hot shot. No, hot shot las guns are rare.
Yep, so you can just get those.
Is there anything?
The only ones on that
Guns are
page.
very rare.
Meltas are very rare. Infernal pistol is near unique.
Plasma pistols are very rare. Bolt weapons are very rare.
Yeah.
Needle weapons, very rare.
Needle rifle, web pistol. Yeah, web pistol. That's interesting.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Yeah, let it.
But
You wanna
why-
try the power armor again?
Why go web pistol when you can
I
go
mean-
Weber and hurt them and get it?
Kind of know.
Or do you want to get like something to attach to your gun?
Well, I mean, I have the armor thing, so I have like plus 30 to acquisition rolls anyway. If I want- Hmm.
Do you want to try and get like a photo sight or a price inside or something for your gun?
What's the what? Wait, what's those? Oh well, photosight's just a camera, right?
Presence, character using presence suffers no penalties due to darkness and gains a plus 20 bonus to vision-based perception tests in the dark.
Damn, it's like it's either that power armor again or a melter gun.
Okay, which you want?
Oh man.
Come on, tick-tock.
Let's go for the melter gun.
Okay, make him roll.
Can't go wrong with a melter gun.
Gotta
Unless
melt
you don't get
things.
it.
Wow, 80. Yeah. No.
Okay. It's okay, you guys are getting tons of loot anyways, it's not a train smash. Okay, so
I
that
get.
is Hippo, Gideon, Severus,
All right.
Dell.
I'm gonna try to go for a storm bolter.
Oh shit.
That's even harder to get than a normal one.
No, it's hold on. Is it?
Extremely rare.
Oh, okay. Then
Just
I
go
will.
for a bolt gun. I mean, that's still going to be amazing.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do the
You want to
bolt
spend
gun.
a fate point before you roll? For the
They're.
plus 10 bonus or not? Or do you want to keep it for after you roll the reroll?
I'll keep it for the after the roll. So bolt gun, bolt pistol. Yeah, I'll just do a bolt gun.
Okay.
Oh no. Bolt pistol, bolt pistol.
I don't know, man.
Got it.
Man, what a piece of shit.
I
I guess yours are the cold dead hands I'll be trying out.
Oh, wow, you rolled. Did you just roll a 1 there, Hippo, while you were doing your random rolls?
No, that's when I just put them back.
All right, so bolt
I'm so
gun.
jealous.
Because I have the snapshot option, so why not snapshot with a bolt pistol?
Alright,
Sounds
so
good to me.
get yourself a bolt pistol. Right,
Uh-huh.
so 2 rolls left. What
Ooh,
else would you like to get?
Let's say he gets everything he wants.
I'm gonna
Another bolt pistol.
another bolt pistol. No, I actually asked for a brace of bolt pistols in that one. No.
Pump box.
Well,
Let's
well,
try for.
Trashy.
Yeah.
Do you not want to maybe get yourself a better weapon?
But okay, what should I go for?
I mean, you could potentially, for instance, get a power maul, which makes your shock maul look like a little bitch stick.
Oh, okay. Let me scroll down there.
I mean, we're just talking about penetration 4, extra 4 damage, extra 2 damage.
Or you could get a power
Shock.
fist.
Yeah, but a power fist doesn't sting on the belt very well.
No,
That's
because
true.
it's on
You
your
can't
hand.
scratch your nose with a power fist.
Power
Yeah,
maul.
no.
If you only do it once.
Okay, let's go for a power maul. Let's try that.
Okay. Go for it. So power maul high.
Yep.
That's a lot of damage.
Nope.
Okay. You want to reroll or do you want to take your next roll?
I'll re-roll it.
And then I throw them into combat when they've depleted all their fate points. Excellent.
Oh, close, close.
So
Yeah, I know.
okay, 1 more roll left. What do you want to try for? Do
Oh.
you want to try for your power maul or do you want to try for a bolter or something?
I'm gonna try
Like
for
power armor.
power armor. Yeah, I'm gonna try power armor.
Okay, but remember power armor is not something you wear all the time, hey?
Okay, so yeah, let's talk
5
about
hours
the.
of use, guys.
Let's talk
1
about
to
the.
5 hours.
Maybe that's not the best item for me to go for then.
It's good, but it's one of those things you pull out of the closet when you guys know you're going to be assaulting a hideout or clearing out a facility that's full of orcs or things like that.
I mean,
Mm.
or Trashy, you could always go for the proper Militorum Tempus Carapace, which I know you say is only 1 point, but your toughness is so high already. You could be ignoring, what, 9, 10 points of damage each time you get hit?
Yeah. I think I'll
It
go.
is pretty nice.
I'll go for the military armor.
All right. One thing to point out though,
Yes.
before you roll,
Yes.
is Carapace armor is the same protection value. It's protection 6 and it's rare, so you can just automatically get it. There's just a weight difference between the two.
Oh, then never mind. I'll let's see here. I won't do that.
Carapace chest place thing is only 6 on the.
Oh, it's only on
the
body. Yeah, you're
Tempestus Carapace is
right. 6
everywhere.
everywhere. Okay, yeah, so okay, I see. Yeah, so the limbs and head have 1 extra point.
I enjoy my head.
It's a pretty good thing not to lose. Not gonna lie. Okay, so do you want to still go for the Militarum Tempestus?
No, I think I'll try for the shock maul one more time.
Okay, go for it. 4 trash shock mauls.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Oh, nice.
1-time shock maul, high.
Yep.
You'll see there's 2 of them. The shock maul you have at the moment is the low one, and the high one is the...
Well, no, he's got a shock wall, but you roll for power ball.
Yeah, power maul. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, no problem. Okay, so 1 times power maul. Okay, Ein.
Yes.
Holy moly, that
Yes.
power ball is terrifying.
It's pretty good. So, Eins, you have 2 rolls left, right? Or 3 rolls?
I got
You had
2
one roll
rolls.
left, I think.
2 rolls.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so, what
I'm
do you want?
thinking about trying to getting a motion detector for my gun.
Is that rare or very rare?
Very rare.
Alright. Do you want to spend a fate point before you roll, or after you roll to re-roll? Or do you want to spend
Yeah,
beforehand to get plus 10?
I'm gonna spend it before.
Okay, so plus 10 bonus. You have 42, so you have to roll 32 or under. So it's almost a 33% chance to succeed. Eee. What is that?
Almost.
68. Alright, so it just misses. Do you want to try again for the same thing, or do you want to try it roll for something else?
Yeah, I'm gonna try again because I think it's gonna help me a lot because my ballistic skill is kind of weak and it's just like just a flat 10 to it. It's pretty
Okay.
nice.
Go for it. Oh, so fucking close. You have any fate points left?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try to re-roll it with a fate. Oh hell yeah!
Okay, so 1 times motion predictor for you, eh? You can have like the world's heaviest gun once you have all your doodads strapped to it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
But yeah,
awesome.
now Trash and Nine can never complain about dice rolls ever again.
You underestimate my ability to complain.
Because you got both of the things.
Okay, now I remember the motion predictor only works for semi-auto bursts and full auto bursts, eh? It doesn't work on single shots.
Yeah, it's for my last gun.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Just remember, you
on
can only
that.
use it on burst firing. All right. So, as far as weapon modifications go, you gentlemen can use anything that's rare. So feel free to put things like auxiliary grenade launcher, custom grips, all that kind of bullshit, fire selectors, you know, all those wonderful things on your guns. Obviously, no
Yay.
duplicate parts, so don't put 2 things in the handle. You know, you can only have 1 in a given area. You know, you can't replace like a barrel with 2 different barrels kind of thing. But yeah, feel free to mod your weapons as much as you guys like. You can add tripods, bipods, fucking telescopic sights, targeters, go nuts, silencers, sacred inscriptions, you name it.
I'm sorry, the motion predictor, what slot does that go to?
It goes, I think, on the front, if I'm not mistaken. No, I lie. Actually, it goes on top of the weapon.
So I can't have a red dot too.
You can have a red dot and a motion predictor. That's fine.
Yeah, nice.
That's not a problem. Alrighty. So, who failed all their acquisition rolls? Hippo and who else?
Me.
You and Liddy.
Mhm.
I feel kind of bad. Each of you make 1 more roll for me. To try and acquire something.
Mine's gonna fail because
Do you have any fate points left?
well, my guy's got 5 of them, so and I was only allowed to use 1, so yes.
Okay.
Wow.
What are you rolling for, Liddy? Was it very rare?
Very rare, yeah.
Very rare. Okay, so you make your roll.
Yay.
I'm gonna use a fate point to add 10 to this.
Tell you what, you can reroll as well with the plus 10.
Oh, go, 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 go!
See, now that's landed on a 4.
Oh.
You see my luck?
Reroll? Let me roll for you.
Okay.
That was me, by the way.
Damn it,
Stop touching my dice, Jesus Christ.
See. Okay, I'm walking away.
Come on, Hippo, roll your dice.
Yes!
Yay!
The curse has been broken.
Yeah.
So everybody gets at least one thing that's nice.
Now Trashy can complain about his dice rolls again.
Probably.
Okay. So, you guys want Frederick. You want your servitors. Getting an astropath. Okay. Shame, poor astropath. Work for you bunch of assholes. Alright, so that covers our acquisition rolls. So you guys, all of you, next thing you need to do is aboard your ship. You guys will have an armory. You guys need to pick some stuff for your armory. Things like, you won't be carrying around on a day-to-day basis more specialist equipment. Things like missile launchers, las cutters, rebreathers, grapnels, different kinds of ammo, that kind of thing. Same deal, anything up to rear you guys can do. I
point
suggest-
everyone towards the list I've made.
Okay, Hippo has made a list
I
already.
think I've got most of the stuff covered.
I'd recommend you guys chat about it, so we can equip your armory, so that you guys will very much, instead of making acquisition things when you're in the field, you guys will pull from this. As far as heavy weapons go, you guys can have one of each kind. Right, so heavy weapons are things like heavy stubbers, missile launchers, multi-melters, heavy bolters, things of that nature. Pretty much anything you need to brace and set up to fire, right? Or need two people to operate. As far as rifle type weapons go, things like flamers, flash rifles, shotguns, that kind of thing, you guys can have 10. So 10 of each. As far as pistols go, you guys can have up to 20. So you can have like 20 las pistols, 20 snub pistols, whatever. Alright? Yep, are you still making notes, I'm assuming?
I am now.
Okay, so one heavy weapon, 10 rifle class weapons, 20 pistol class weapons.
Okay.
As far as ammo for the weapons go, you guys can have 5 reloads per weapon. Grenades, you guys can have 20 of each type. So bear in mind, you'll have plentiful rifle ammunition, but your grenades and things like that, you guys, obviously, if you blow it all in one mission, you'll be shit out of luck until you get a chance to restock again.
Shit out of luck.
But you will have quite an arsenal with you. As far as armor goes, you guys can all have a set of whatever armor you want, as well as the materials to effect repairs, like basic repair and maintenance on your armor. And as far as weapon mods go, you guys can have whatever rare weapon mods you have, or whatever weapon mods you've rolled for. As far as equipment goes, you guys can have, I'm going to assume for the sake of keeping track of this shit here, that things like last cutter to breathers, medikits, multi-tools, auspexes, things like that you guys will have a supply of on this vessel. You're not exactly scrub anymore, so it's not they're going to be like, oh, you guys need a tent,
Yes.
Okay. So, who all still has injuries that need to be tended to? Nobody, because they all left.
I'm here.
Well, besides you. Quintus is like buggered off.
Gideon got his arm fixed anyway.
Gideon's getting good old surgery. What's his face is getting a shiny new fapping arm. And
Auto Fat 5000.
Autofat 5000. Sounds like heresy. It's not
5,000
actually heresy.
taps per minute. It
That
just
sounds
bursts into
terrifying.
flames. Ah!
It has the tearing quality.
Oh lord.
What
no.
does?
Mine's masturbating arm.
Oh shit.
What?
Okay, so anybody else have any injuries that need tending to?
No.
Nobody. Everybody good? Everybody in hale health?
Yep.
Fantastic. So, gentlemen, is there anything else you guys want to try and grab from the Inquisition, more specifically that's not necessarily on the gear list?
Like a big old database thing full of information. Sweet information.
Data slate.
Yeah.
How so exactly how big is this thing? Can it still fit some extra, like a small med bay or something?
It weighs about 600 tons.
Yeah, I was thinking also like a little gram car type thing. It's like a little jeep.
Yeah, you could probably get something like that. I mean, usually you guys could just get a ground car if you're like on any kind of Imperial world at the moment.
Yeah, I just need one just in case we're not on an Imperial world.
Alright, let me have a look here quickly under the vehicles. What kind of vehicles there are available for you?
Just like a small little recon thing.
And
Let's have a look.
so equipment we can grab like up to rare, yeah.
Yeah, you guys can just grab anything
So
rare.
I can grab myself a camellia line cloak. Nom 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 nom.
Okay, let's have a look here. Okay, vehicles. Focus. Why are all the vehicles so extreme?
Extreme.
We ordered a jeep and we got a fucking salamander.
Pretty much, yes. So I'm like trying to find vehicles that aren't completely ridiculous.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to have stats. We could just have a jeep. Like,
No, it must have stats.
I mean,
Okay,
yeah, we
okay.
could just have like
I want
a
a
thing that
pelican
anything
carry
shoots
about
at it.
10,000 hovering super skulls.
Leaving Russ not have a sticker on the back. My other ride's in the shop.
My other ride is a Baneblade, but I lost it.
We lost 10,000 of them.
Oh, not again.
I mean, I'm assuming if you guys are going to need a vehicle, if you're not somewhere Imperial, it's normally going to be somewhere where you're going to be getting your asses shot off, correct?
Probably,
But maybe not.
but maybe not.
Okay, tell you
Just,
what, everybody roll a D100 for me.
Maybe just for scooting.
Yeah, there was.
Wow,
Okay.
Letty, what you doing, man? Oh, gonna have to carry me.
assist.
That's what you're doing.
Me,
Oh, me and Letty have got this covered.
Okay, so, Ein, did you roll?
Yeah, he rolled.
I rolled 59.
Okay, starting with Ein, so 59 plus Del.
45.
5, wow, it's low rolls, yeah. Next.
6.
Wow, yep.
3.
Yep.
94.
What is with you in the 90s today? Okay, that gives us 207. Let's just compare you quickly. It gives us 41 for your average roll. Where is this shit? Where's the shit? Aha, I found it. Okay, that's interesting. Give me a sec. I'm just quickly looking through the list here to see which one applies to you guys. Don't want to go handing out skimmers like candy. 191, you say? Okay. You guys actually get something nice. You have 2 options that you guys can pick from. Okay. So, do you guys want a military transport or do you guys want a civilian transport?
I would think my
Excuse me.
initial feel would be military, because if we land on a normal planet, we would get civilian. We would just organize our own civilian transport. But I don't know what you guys think.
No,
Yeah,
that
but
makes
we're
sense.
not gonna be using a civilian thing on a Xeno world like, oh, we're gonna get away on our
Yeah,
What's the
civilian
point?
most likely if we
Fine, if we land on an Imperial world, we can just rent a car.
Yeah,
If
that
we
was
land on a bad world,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. He says we don't
Okay.
want to be on a Xeno world and be like driving around the
Yeah.
the city golf.
City Golf. That would be amazing.
Would
Alright,
be
so
hilarious.
roll 41 average gives you guys access to a Chimera armor transport. You can carry
Okay.
aboard your ship. Stats for the Chimera are on page 191. So, you get a pick. You can pick 1 turret-mounted weapon and 1 hull-mounted weapon. If you pick a heavy flamer or a multi-laser or an autocannon, there's no roll. If you pick a heavy bolter, you guys will need to roll for me to see if you can get the heavy bolter. What hull-mounted weapon do you guys want?
What was the choice? Flamer, multi-can,
Heavy
multi-laser.
flamer, multi-laser, or autocannon? Or if you want a heavy bolter, you need to roll for it.
This is on the turret?
It's on the turret mount.
Auto cannon?
I just think autocannon. Yeah, why not? I mean, it's going to cover most of our needs.
Alright, so just make a note there, Hippo, on your thing. You guys have one turret mounted autocannon, and then for the hull mounted weapon, you guys can have either a heavy bolter or a heavy flamer. If you want a heavy bolter, you need to obviously roll acquisition for it.
Take the flamer, maybe?
I think the flamer
Yeah.
would be good because we're covered by the heavy, the assault gun, I mean, autocannon, whatever, in terms of bullets.
Plus, yeah, we can just use the heavy flamer if we ever need to smoke something out.
Or cook some barbecue.
Some
Heavy
barbecue.
flamer is useful. Have autocannon and heavy flamer is just basic and it's work.
Okay, so 1 times heavy flamer as your hull mounted weapon, and then you guys may also choose a pintle mount, which can either be a storm bolter, which again you guys have to roll for, or a heavy stubber.
Just take the stubber.
Seems reasonable.
Okay. Alright, so you guys have a autocannon with a heavy flamer and a heavy stubber. That's a lot of DACA. Alright. It also has, how many does it have? 6 lasguns inside of it that are mounted that you can fire out if you're a passenger. Okay, that's pretty nice. Okay, you guys are like fucking geared to the gills. Alrighty. Okay, so you guys have your own transport, both surface and aerial. Oh, as far as money goes, you guys can withdraw up to a sum of 50,000 Imperial Thrones every week.
Okay.
That sounds like a lot.
It is a lot. You have access to the Imperial coffers now. Inquisition.
You probably shouldn't spend that much a month or a week.
Definitely.
Probably
shouldn't.
not.
We should keep spending down.
But yeah, if you guys need to, for example, buy a bunch of weapons to set up a fake arms deal, or, you know, do that kind of shit, or bribe somebody, or, you know, throw money at a problem. That's the amount that you guys can currently withdraw.
Cool.
I recommend obviously keeping some hard currency on hand, for in case you guys can't access your accounts or something. Alright, so you got your monies, you got your ship, you got your servitors, and Frederick. Shame, he's gonna be lonely on the ship with nothing but the servitors for company.
Hey, he's got
And...
an astropath.
Oh yeah, that's right. Shit, I have to actually rob stats for this chop. You got an astropath.
Yeah, but he
and...
he can ogle my power armor whenever we are away and not take the power armor.
Yes. Frederick is going to make all the modifications.
Well, not before I do.
Okay. Anything else? I'm going to
I-
assume it goes without saying that you guys want data banks and cogitators and all that kind of bullshit aboard.
I would
Yeah.
like to set up an actual proper front company for myself.
Okay, so one thing you have to do, we have to do for you guys is you need to pick a world that you guys want to use as your base of operations for this system. Well, for this sector, I suppose you'd call it the subsector. You've got a couple of options. You guys can either use a hive world like Halai 5 as your home base. There is a feral world called Enkidu that you guys could use as well, although it's going to be pretty ass backwards. There's Aventine, which is a very civilized world as well. It's not a hive world, it's a more regular old non-shitty world. There's Osar, which is a shrine world that you guys can make your base of operations on. There's Snope's world, which is also a civilized world. Oronico, which is a hive world. It's almost very centrally placed in the Ascalon sector, compared to a lot of the other places. It's almost smack bang in the middle. There's Rodin 4, which is a forge world. There's Calto, which is an agri world. Firum, which is a factory world. Terminus Prime, which is a port world, and is close to the Rubicon sector. There's Voxus Prime, which is the one of the biggest civilized worlds in the sector. There's Port Aquila, which is a space station. There's Myros Kappa, which is a war world. Imperial Guard does a lot of the recruiting from. There's Yanth, which is a death world. Probably don't want to make your base there. Also lots of Tyranids in that area. And then there's Rax, which is a feudal world. What kind of world do you guys want to use as your home base?
Well, I vote either for that central hive world or for just the biggest civilian world that you mentioned.
I would say Port Aquila
Why?
for easy access to spaceships to transport around in.
Yeah, but remember that's Port Aquila, that's the Imperial Navy with that stick. That stick so far up their ass.
What about the rest of you guys? What kind of world do you want to use as your base of operations?
Where does the Xenos, Ordo Xenos work from in this sector? Do they have a base, or is it just like kind of hush hush, nobody knows? Or do they just use their ships?
Inquisitors, depending on where they're from, if they're native to the sector, or if this is like their jurisdiction, if you want to call it that, they normally would have a manse or brain word. Fuck, what do you call it? Estate. On one of the more civilized worlds, or maybe they'll rent out, like a few floors of a hotel or whatever to use as their base of operation. But yeah, if they're not native to the sector, they normally just work from a ship, like one of the larger Imperial vessels. Or they'd co-opt a rogue trader, maybe work off a rogue trader ship. Okay, so we've got one vote for a void station. We've got one vote for one of the civilized worlds or hive worlds. What about you, Trash?
I don't know. I really don't have an opinion. I don't know enough about what would be good.
Do you want to live somewhere that's like shitty outdoors? Do you want to live inside?
Well,
Judge
Dell.
Dredd?
Let's see here. Dell is from. Where are you from? He's from a forge world, so he'd be happiest in a forge world.
All right. What about you, Ein?
Well, I'm the happiest on a spaceship.
Okay, so it's another vote for the port, I'm assuming. And then who's left? Who hasn't voted yet? That's everybody, right?
I think so.
So it's 2 for spaceship, 1 for civilized world, 1 for forge world, and 1 for what did you pick, Liddy?
I suppose I technically didn't pick anything. Fuck. I'm also kind of open. Don't have a.
I think it's going to end up being the port world that's got the most votes.
I
Discuss,
suppose I
guys.
would like a forge world since I came from one.
2 for Forge, then. Forge worlds also have ports.
Yeah, all the worlds have ports. I mean, you know, it's how you get stuff from planet to planet.
Right.
Jither. Come on, guys, discuss.
Hmm.
Where you suckers at?
Where would it be more likely for us to find aliens?
Well, it probably wouldn't be on one of the core Imperial worlds, I can tell you that much.
That's what I was thinking.
He'd
Well,
probably
yeah,
get
but we
sent.
don't need to live where the aliens are. They'll send us to the aliens.
That's true. Okay, so to give you an idea, if we look at Forge Worlds, okay, so Rodin 4 and Ferrum are both east, south, to the galactic west, call it that, in the sector. That's more towards the core of the Imperium, right? So, no, it's not like there's no danger, it's just less dangerous. If you were to be near something like Core Theta, which is also War World, Forge World, that's more towards the Stygius cluster. So you guys have to deal with Tyranids. It's quite a threat coming from that direction. So you guys will probably be dealing with things like Gene Stealer cults, Tyranid incursions, hunting down and killing agents of the Hive Mind before its attention gets drawn to the subsector.
Is
If
there
you guys
any
were to,
psionics going on there?
what, you mean like unsanctioned psychers, or do you mean like psionic
warp room?
aliens?
Yeah.
Well, technically speaking, all Tyranids are highly psychic. So they communicate as part of the hive mind. They actually blot out the warp, preventing communication with astropaths.
So I like technically sense if we would be in their sense space.
Maybe. It's. I thought you're not a heretic, Ein.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just know these things. I don't know why.
Heresy.
Desalaeum, which is where you guys came from originally, is more towards the northeast, south, it's like southeastward side of the sector, and is near a number of forge worlds. Sirius Magnus is there, as well as Sylvanus Binary, are both like right next to Desalaeum. If you guys want to use that as a base of operation. Otherwise, Port Aquila is actually near Desalaeum as well.
I've heard bad things about Desolaeum.
Have you?
Yeah, it sounded pretty heretical. So about orbital bombardments.
So strange. So, guys, which one do you want to pick?
I think the Frontier would be not bad.
My only thing about it is we want to get by. We want to be based off of a planet where we can get stuff.
Yeah.
don't we?
And you know what? I agree. I think we should have a modern planet with access close enough to the Imperium such that we can get requisitions, since we can actually request stuff. But we
And
don't.
the bigger and more populated the city, the easier it is to get stuff because it knocks. Well, there's more. The more people, the more likely you're to find what you want.
Right. This is true.
Yes.
How easy it would be for us to be like, yo, hey, can we get a ride somewhere from the Navy? Because they handle even civilian shipments, right?
The
I mean,
you
getting
guys
like
will be
getting like a ride like on a predetermined like route is probably somewhat easy
yeah.
for
It's
us.
normally not an issue. You could just book passage off world.
Like even
Or-
even in our ship.
Yeah,
like,
you just
fly
ask
in
them
the
to do
cargo
it in a
hold.
hold. Yeah. That's not an issue. Or if you wanted to go incognito, you could probably hire a rogue trader or somebody to.
Yeah, there's also charter captains.
Yep. You shouldn't have an issue with transport.
Okay.
Unless you're like on an agri world, in which case, not a lot of captains flying to agri worlds. Except
Then
to sell.
probably then it costs extra to be like, yo, hey, come pick us up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, so
I'm down with any planet more easterly.
more easterly, you say?
Yes.
Okay, so past Desolaeum way.
But not Desolaeum.
There's Pelin, or Peline, however else you fucking pronounce it, which is a mining world. There's
Ooh, mining
Thar,
world.
which is a shrine world, which are all in the easterly direction. There's also Juno, which I forgot to mention, which is the sector capital. If you guys want to be stationed on the capital world.
That might be good. I mean, anything that can be found in the capital world, practically. You would think. That would be close to the movers and shakers. It would probably also put us close to the main, because the Imperium normally set up their main public base on the capital world, don't they?
The Inquisition. Yeah,
I mean,
they've
the
got.
Inquisition,
Yeah, they got public. Well, they have offices on the.
yeah, but
main world.
their main public office will normally be on that home world, eh?
Yeah, it's pretty much just a big old black basalt fort that
Yeah.
discourages people from coming in.
Is it actually like painted, yo, hey, we're Inquisition?
Yep,
Okay.
prominently displayed. For some reason, there's no crime in the area around it.
It's amazing.
I am okay with this planet.
Okay, well, how about are we okay with the main?
Juno.
Juno.
Suppose we are.
I can live with it.
Juno is sector capital. All right. So, as far as accommodation on Juno goes, what kind of housing do you guys want? Do you want to hire a big old chunk of land and have an estate? Do you guys want to hire out like a big old chunk of buildings? You can have multiple floors to yourselves. How do you guys want to set up your housing?
Well, me being how I am, I most likely want something more subtle and clandestine and hidden, and also totally a bunker.
Well, you could totally build a bunker on an estate or something if you wanted on your property.
I suppose. I mean, it doesn't need to be a bunker, but yeah, I'd rather have something like less obvious.
We
Well,
have
I
a
mean, it's not like you guys have.
house,
It's not
but
like you guys have to go around going, "Yeah, we totally work for the Inquisition during our day job."
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, but I was. Well, I suppose there won't be obvious enemies here, but still.
You could just be like, we're rich factors, or independently wealthy, or whatever. Severus is a old royalty, lots of money.
Old royalty.
What about like
Resource doctor.
a nice, like a fairly nice hotel somewhere close to both the Inquisition and a spaceport?
Yeah, there's plenty of hotels in the capital. Lots of people going in and out all times of the year. Do you just want to like rent a bunch of rooms permanently in the hotel?
Yeah.
Might make it a little bit difficult to come and go with a gunship.
Well, no, that's why it needs to be like close to the spaceport, so we can pay for
How
a hangar
about-
over there.
How about we buy a building, but like because there'll be a lot of skyscrapers, I'm assuming, tall buildings.
Shitloads.
So let's buy one within
viewing this
A whole
in
skyscraper.
condition, because I'm pretty sure no one actually wants to live there because everyone else would be uncomfortable. Then we can park the gunship on the roof, and we've got the entire building that we can, do our shit in.
Don't really
An
need the
entire
whole
skyscraper.
building. We might maybe have to buy like the top floors, maybe 2 top floors or something, not the whole building.
I suppose
You
if
guys have
wanted
got
to-
access to quite a lot of money. I mean, you could probably get yourselves a building. I mean, it's not going to be like thousands of meters of building, but I mean, you could probably buy something with, a huge amount of space, like more space than you could probably do anything with. Put
Yeah,
it that
like
way.
I said, the 2 top floors or something.
Yeah,
we
I-
have the roof.
Penthouse with helipad.
Well,
Yeah,
let's buy a
let's have
building.
that.
I
Wait,
will
can
turn
we
the
land a
rest of the
600?
building
Can we
into
land
my
a
office,
600
into my
ton
office.
ship on a normal roof?
On some of the Imperial stuff, yeah, you can. I don't know if you've noticed what Imperial construction looks like.
Well,
Hmm.
let's buy a building. We can then live in the top few floors penthouse, and I will turn the bottom floors into the head office of the vendorless trading house.
Give me like a couple of floors as a selective doctor's office.
Well, that'll be our top. Yeah, well, we can turn the top few floors into whatever, but I'll
Well,
turn the bottom few into my cover company.
You guys will have, let me roll the dice here. You guys will have 13 floors in your building.
That's more than enough.
So what we'll do is we'll take the top 5 floors, and everyone gets a floor. They can do what they want with it, and I will do stuff with the other 8 floors to make a building look like it's not being used by the Inquisition.
You probably want like a place for Frederick and your servitors and equipment.
Yes.
No, they're not allowed
Yeah,
out of the
they're living in the shuttle that's off on the roof.
They're tethered to it now.
Poor Frederick is like, can I come out of the box?
Yes.
Oh,
Have
There's
you-
a bucket of fish heads up there?
Well, that's fine.
Maybe-
we can give a floor to Frederick as well, or half a floor,
Well,
or something. I don't
don't you
know.
guys want to have like space for a library or armory or workshop?
yeah, I think top floor should be like semi-prep room and space for
I
Frederick
don't need
and
an entire
servitors.
floor. I
I
just
mean-
need a room.
I
Firing
want a floor.
range.
That's what the roof's for.
Poor
I
Frederick.
think a firing range on the floor that's like, sound. Well, I mean, I suppose fucking Imperial construction already is soundproof just by being Imperial construction. So I suppose that's it. But yeah, one of the rooms or one of the floors would be, at least some of the.
What would we need? We'd need bedrooms for everyone, library, storage room, medical bay, guest
Probably
Kind of, yeah,
quarters,
medical bay.
maybe a small brig type thing.
You probably need a prison and maybe some kind of containment facility to temporarily house bullshit.
Oh yeah, one floor for like containment.
And you probably want some kind of security in place
Frederick can deal with that.
in case you piss off some of the other Imperial factions that are totally all working together against the aliens.
So okay, so we've got our shuttle lives on the top. We can have a prep floor where we've got armory and the stuff we get ready. We've got operations where we can keep our library, our like center where we
Cogitators.
cogitate, all of that. We can then have we can put security here, and this will be what we can think about that. But that will be our prison and other security offices.
I would rather sleep above the floor with the security.
Okay, fine. We can put security there, and we can put sleep here. Everyone gets a room on the floor. We can then have MISC. I don't know. This will be our lab. Because it sounds like Gideon really wants to cut people. In the company.
No, I mean, like, because also as
That's
a part,
fine. I don't
as
judge. I don't
one-
judge Gideon. I don't judge.
No,
you can
listen.
smash
I
people
want
on
a
this
part
floor.
that is like a front place. So it's like I want a floor that is close to the
You are
lower ones where it's like
the
it
populace.
looks fancy.
You're going to be a front alley doctor.
Yes.
Okay.
Seven, can you get me legit doctor's license or something?
You're
Oh,
a
of
fucking
course.
qualified medical professional.
Yeah,
Fine, you can
yeah.
have half the bottom floor.
Cool.
Dock. Well, we can still keep this as a misc floor, a firing range, any other thing. You know, this can be where Frederick stays and all of that malarkey.
Yay.
Anything else we want?
Well, tons of things. I just don't know what to ask for.
What's that?
I said tons of things. I just don't know what to ask for.
You're building an ultimate club. What would you want in your ultimate clubhouse of awesome?
Bar, dartboard, guns, gun rack.
I recommend having a defensible position.
Well, okay, this will be leisure, and this will be fort. So this room will just be this room will be like, you know, the rest of the building. The elevator only comes to here, and then to get the rest of it, the elevator is here, and then this is just full of murder for people who aren't us.
Yeah. Should
And
the rest
then-
of the floors be kind of like windows, be extra reinforced or something?
Yeah, we
that
can
they-
do
all
that
of
for
them.
all of them, and then this will all be. We can hire this out or do our own thing and just cover to make it look like this is a normal office block.
Mhm. Also, like electronic locks, so only we can actually enter murder floor, so people.
Yeah, yeah. So the murder floor
will
will be
wander
where
there
this-
and like, why is there all murder guns here? This is
You just
scary.
key your rings to it.
Yeah, the murder floor will be like we can put security guards in here if we want, or servitors, and we can like make these blast doors and super. It just means that if people coming from the ground floor, it's going to be damn tough to get here, and otherwise they'll have to attack us from the air or stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Want you guys to make.
Should we also have super secret elevator that like leads to an bottom escape tunnel?
No, we're just going to have a grapple line.
No, I mean
What can go wrong?
inside the building. I suppose we could
Just
do
have a
that.
really large pile of empty cardboard boxes down at the bottom.
It's a really long fire escape, like fire pole.
There's no way that could end badly.
No, but we
Yeah,
can
and-
put in a super secret lift, but I mean that
Yeah.
we might not. We have to see about that.
No,
We can.
Maybe not a lift, but like a kind of like a small ladder tunnel, kind of like Metal Gear Solid 3, except you go down to another, like in a fucking hidden escape tunnel that you won't really know that it's there. Just so it's like, oh no, we're under attack from bottom and top. We need to get the fuck out of here now. Just like use that.
We don't. We will build extra large ventilation shafts
Yeah.
and ducts.
No way this can end badly.
I was about to say, no way that could backfire.
Well, I mean, you gotta keep it super secret.
But
Obviously.
no, we can do that. Yeah, we can sort that out. But I mean, this is the general. Are we happy with the general-ish layout
Yeah.
or idea?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Okay, so I recommend you guys make a neat note of your new toys. And if you want a specific in your new clubhouse, I would recommend again making a note. So that when I inevitably throw huge amounts of enemies at you, I have a nice layout of how the place is set up.
Hey! This is gonna be our fun house forever.
Forever. Each of you that wants to set up a front business front, who all wants to do that? I know Matt wants to do it. Who else wants to set up a business front?
Well, I
That's
mean,
going
I
to
kinda
generate
wanna-
some extra income for you.
Well, whenever we're like back here, I might as well work as some kind of like doctor.
All right.
But I want like a front identity or something that basically can explain that I sometimes work somewhere else as well.
And I could
So
set
I'm
up.
like, why is this doctor like only here like once every fucking month or something?
All right. What's that, Treasure?
I was saying we could also set up a mercenary front, looking for leads, or I don't want to say detective because we always end up going towards detective.
Armor thing? I mean, I suppose.
But we do have a bunch of guns and a bunch of people who are not afraid to kill people.
sure about the mercs. I think we should go more clandestine.
Okay. Troubleshoot.
Not for everyone, obviously, but that's my opinion.
Okay, what do you want to do with trading stuff, Matt?
Well, I'm going to be setting up the Ventius Trading House, which is just going to turn into it's literally going to be like a Japanese holding company that will eventually just hold every company I set up / steal.
Oh dear. All right. Ippo, is there anything you want to set up as a sharpshooter man?
Nope.
Nothing. You, Ein, anything you want to set up?
Just a place to worship the Emperor for all of us.
Okay, shrine. Alright, so make your notes, guys, for anything in particular that you want to do. I think that covers all the stuff we need to cover. I know it's a whole bunch of stuff, but we're not going to hopefully use all of it at once, so you guys should have some time to acclimate. And then next week, you guys will get your first set of missions. We'll arrive, set up your base of operations, start getting that ready for you guys. You'll get your first set of missions to pick from, and yeah, then we'll go from there. Now I just have to find some interesting Xenos for you to get murdered by.
Yay.
Sounds good.
Alrighty. Anything else? Questions, ideas, all the usual bullshit?
I'm sure there will be.
I think it's pretty good.
Alrighty. Sounds good. Alright, so that's what we're done with. Then we're done for this week.
I
What's
got
up,
one
Ein?
question. The expanded magazine with the hotshot blast, how does that work?
You don't use a
Alright.
backpack power supply with it. I think it says so in the description for the hotshot that you can only really upgrade it with the bigger backpack.
More backpack. Yeah, hotshot lascans again are excellent specialist weapons, but very cumbersome.
I wanted to ask you, Griffey.
Mm.
Last week you were talking about traits, a trait that let you use all knowledge skills or something.
Oh, it's like one of the inquisitorial traits.
Oh, when do we get access to those?
Do you mean the one Letty's got?
Oh,
No, not the
he's
infused
talking
knowledge.
about the
I'm talking about the one Griffey was talking about last week. He was like, there were two that let you eventually use all skills as if they were trained skills or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the inquisitorial stuff. You need to have the prerequisites for the inquisitor ascendancy or whatever you want to call it first. It's I think 70 influence or something like that,
75.
and then certain prerequisite skills.
Oh, okay, because you mentioned getting that, so I thought we could get it at this level. Okay, that's fine.
It's something. Yeah, it's something to work towards.
Yeah, the one I
eventually.
have is infused knowledge, and it basically gives you known for each scholastic and common lore checks.
Sounds
But
good.
the one Griff and you were talking about is the one that gives you basically rank 1, I think. So one higher than known in every skill.
Oh, Severus is looking good.
Service.
Acknowledge, man.
So
Also,
good.
This is.
So good.
I know I'm probably asking for too much, but can I get a background on the power armor? Because some of those are like ancient, aren't they?
This is actually going to be all your equipment. None of your equipment is going to be old. You
Yeah,
guys are
I know,
getting
but
equipped
like
fresh
the
off of the fresh off of the conveyor belts of the Mechanicus, if you want to say that.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a picture for you, Trash, of some of the fun things you guys can expect to fight
That's a big bitch.
of the Ordo Xenos. You
Can
guys will
we?
be dealing with
Hopefully they'll be slightly
Lots of
easier.
aliens.
Yeah, hopefully they'll be slightly easier than the Chaos guys.
Lol.
Ah,
Oh, you sweet summer child.
We so dead. We so dead.
and some of the Xeno species worship Chaos.
But I don't hate them, I hate chaos. Actually, no, I hate Heresy, so that could be Xenos.
Everything is heresy.
Then I hate
Literally.
everything.
Everything is heresy.
Oh, I can't wait to start using this sweet, sweet commerce skill.
Oh lordy.
Combined
how
with
do you-
bureaucracy and my peers in the administratum.
How does your commerce skill work?
I don't know.
He just knows he's got it.
I
It's
got
just
one.
my understanding of trade and stuff. And seeing I'm setting up a trading company, I'm gonna be like, so.
Oh, I also have commerce, and rather high. We can work together.
I got one
Oh,
question
dear.
about the armor. Like the Carapace and the Enforcer Carapace. The Enforcer is only like 5 to every stat. But
Yeah.
you can get. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
but plus 6 and 5 to both armor legs, and but only 4 to the. Yeah, but 1 kilo lighter.
What are you
But wait,
going on
Griffey,
about?
I said I don't want to fight this law.
If you just go with Carapace armor stuff, not the Enforcer light Carapace, you'll have 4 armor with your head slot, but arms and legs will both be 5, but the body will be 6. But Enforcer is 5 everywhere.
Okay.
That's what I mean, Letty.
Oh, you're talking about the Carapace helm, Gauntlets, Greaves, chest
Yeah.
plate.
If you take all that, that's 14 kilos and a little different armor setup, but it's similar. But I'm just thinking which one is going to be better.
Ein's Innerman Max.
It's up to you, man. I'm probably just gonna. Well, technically speaking, Carapace allows you to have a higher maximum agility because the helm, gauntlets, and greaves have no max agility, and the chest piece has 55, while Enforcer has 45.
True.
And later, you've got that thing where you get those free armor points.
Mm-hmm. That sweet, sweet power armor.
Oh god.
Actually,
Uh-oh.
let's see. Oh god.
It's all
Let's
mine.
see.
God damn, fucking what?
Oh, okay. So with that trait and with that light power, wanna know how much armor I have
No.
on my body?
No.
No.
14.
How much?
That's more wounds than I have.
It's a good thing so many of the aliens have awesome armor pin.
It
No.
is, isn't it?
But yeah, there is a couple of pictures of different alien species for you, Trash.
What's the thing with no face?
The slaw.
Ah, so we burned those with fire then, right?
That should be your standard response to everything.
Yep. I'm gonna need more flamers.
You guys could literally have a lot of flamers.
Yep.
The slot are a literal swarm of maggots that eat dead bodies.
It's kind of gross. Not gonna lie.
Yep. Their favorite part of the body is, of course, the brain. And when they
course
eat
it
the
is.
brain, they absorb its information and memories to find new places to inhabit and new victims to devour. They also
I
get
don't
high
think
from
this is
this.
how it works. I mean, it's probably how the thing actually works, but still.
They also get high off of eating brains.
Wow. Goddamn, we're on 40k.
Smoke brain every day.
Also, they can invade your dreams, and they wear masks to hide their beautiful faces.
Are they really beautiful?
You mentioned them all getting high. I can just see all these slaw like on Facebook with their 420 signs.
Nah, like hookahs. They've got a hookah, but instead of a hookah, it's just a dead guardsman with his scalp cut off, and they're all smoking pipes sticking out of his brain.
Poor guardsman.
He knew what he signed up for.
Also,
I don't think he did.
No, he
Inquisition has standing orders to shoot anybody who comes into contact with the slaw.
Nice. It just takes one maggot to ruin a planet.
They also have, yeah, they have some fun people. They have some interesting technology. Like, put it this way, even though they're a bunch of, like, wormy motherfuckers, their tech's about on the same level as the fucking Necrons.
Yeah,
Jesus.
they can
Oh,
walk through
that's
space.
scary.
They can walk through solid objects. They have warp lasers.
Warp
in mark
lasers?
of time.
What, you don't like at all stuff of the Immaterium getting focused and fired at you, Trash?
No. I don't think I would like that.
Too
Wow.
bad. We're now Order Xenos now.
You picked this.
I may have done goofed.
So expanded magazine on an 18 round clip, it's what, half that, so 9?
Oh, guys, I'll be back in a bit. I'm gonna go do some.
Bye.
chores.
Jesus.
Am I getting it right?
9 extra, yeah, sounds about right.
Okay.
There you go. And some more of the lovely, lovely things you can expect.
Can you have fluid action and expanded magazine?
Oh, fluid action and
It's-
expanded magazine.
Yeah,
I
fluid action, I
suppose,
think,
yeah.
is
Just
it's
engines, right?
well, fluid it depends. I think it's modifications to the weapons breach, so I suppose you can. Yeah,
The
well, yeah,
weapons
actually, yeah.
internal-
An extended magazine is just a modified magazine.
Yep.
It's-
And it takes longer to reload as well.
Man, the slot are fucking terrifying, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
I got a question to you. This is, really awkward how they phrase it here. The clip size of the weapon increases by half of the current size rounded up and thus must be reloaded from ammunition from multiple standard clips. But, why would by having standard clips, I would only have expanded clips?
well, I mean, it just means like instead of like it just means if you have replacement magazines and you unless they're also extended, you just need multiple
Yeah.
magazine, like multiple like extra magazines to like.
Also, if you have a hell gun, reloading it is a bitch anyway.
No,
because
I'm
it's
not
a
talking
backpack.
about the Hellgun. I'm talking about my auto pistol.
Yeah, so it would mean like, let's say you normally have 3 reloads with you, right? Now you'd only be able to reload twice because you're using 1.5 times as much ammo.
I'll be right back.
There's nothing here in the expanded magazine that takes you longer to reload.
It's just you use more ammo because you're using 1.5 times as much ammo for every clip. Is what it comes down to.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's like if someone tells you, "Oh, you have 2 extra reload," that's actually just 1.5 for you. That's all it just means.
Jesus Christ. So Slort have a type of armor called Shroud armor.
Mhm.
It's literally just projects a field of mind rape.
Cool.
They also have a biomechanical attack penis.
But now I kind of wanted to take the meltagun. Oh well.
What's wrong, lady? You didn't like all the Xeno species?
Well, I mean they're scary, but whatever. This is our job.
You don't like all the species at the moment, lady?
No, I think they're cool. especially the guy. What the fuck is that even? I don't know. The dude with the axe and also the minigun.
Oh, the Rakul.
Yeah, I think he has a minigun in one arm, another gun which like looks like a half stock of an AK, but doesn't seem to continue. It's really hard to tell from that fucking picture.
Yeah, this is like graft random bullshit on. Let me show you the true face of the danger you guys will be fighting. This damn thing would load. Fucking Christ, this page is loading slowly. There we go. And let me upload the last picture to show you the true face of the enemy.
Oh, that's fun.
But you
What's
don't like
that?
the red?
What do they do?
Um. Um. What don't they
Spooky.
do?
That was spooky shit.
Space Skaven.
Oh, that's a thing. Okay.
That's the only thing I can. Space Jellyfish Skaven. Also, the last image is the true image of your enemy.
Squats.
Yeah, think Space Jellyfish Skaven.
Oh, so they're like a big ball of jellyfish that just keeps expanding or something.
They're, put it this way, they're nocturnal parasites.
Fun.
And yeah, basically they're not creatures of the warp, but they have a very strong connection to the warp, which they can manifest as like pure darkness. So they're very good at living and moving inside of shadows. Put it this way, in one of the old inquisitorial books where they still dissected aliens, a Rud managed to hide itself inside a white-walled cell that was fully lit. Like that's how well they can hide.
Okay.
Yeah, they're also like incredibly religious.
Fun.
Do
Obviously,
they
the dark gods.
do they like
They
Sorry.
worship the Slahali, which is the horn god, the red-handed god, the artisan god, and the laughing god.
I got one question. So they're good at hiding, but do they like have a psychic presence? So could I detect them like that?
Maybe. But yeah. They worship the horned god, the red-handed god, the artisan god, and the laughing god, which sounds an awful lot like the Eldar gods.
Ha.
And they also fought in a massive war against the Yum Kahak or Yum Kek or something like that, which means the Mirror Devils.
What the fuck?
Who probably are Necrons?
So they're really fucked up elder or something.
Let's just say they wreck the fucking Necrons. Like, as in curb stomp them into the fucking ground.
Okay.
But
So
yeah,
why
after
didn't they
the-
nuke all of the Eldar?
well, after the fall, and since I said it's strongly implied that they worship the same gods as the Eldar, they've reverted to like scavengers who, well, they can like, you know how orcs can like loot anything?
Yeah.
The Hood take that up to like 11, and they understand how they work, how the things work as well that they loot.
Huh. So they're like, okay, so they're like souped up Eldar orcs that the older ones are like, oh, these are the weaknesses of these races. Let's make an even superior version of them. And that is the result?
Yep.
Okay.
They also project like a entropic field around them, which causes things to rapidly decay, age, and forces machine equipment to start malfunctioning at an accelerated rate.
Spooky.
They can also exclude poisons from their bodies, and if they live in an area for long enough, the whole area starts becoming covered in like a toxic fog.
Really spooky.
And if people were to grow up near said foggy areas, humans would eventually become immune to the poisons, and even start getting like a chemical dependency. And if you took them away, they'd suffer withdrawal symptoms.
Okay.
And if it's killed, it pretty much instantly liquefies.
Okay.
And then some people speculate that they're also the chosen race of Nurgle.
Okay.
So what's interesting about them is they're super technologically advanced, but also incredibly backwards at the same time.
Who this? Who backwards?
Second last picture.
Oh, those fellas.
Yep. So your average smug will be covered in rags and sitting in a corner and wouldn't even know how to fucking build a shack to keep the rain off of him. But you could literally like explode a room full of plasma cannons and he'd build you a ship out of it.
So they kind of like don't know what to do with themselves anymore, right?
Pretty much.
Oh, so yeah, it does sound like they were like weapons that no one's created, and then when they kind of fucked off, they're like, "So what do we actually do? I don't know."
They can also build like warp core weapons, whatever you want to call it, called fusels, which essentially pumps plasma through the warp and then out through the barrel of the weapon.
Okay, what does that do to it?
Punches straight through shields, void shields, and armor.
Oh, okay, cool, cool.
The squats use the same technology to build the power cores for their ships.
Right, squats are an actual thing.
Yeah, back in the day.
Oh,
Also,
okay.
Then they
also
got
when
eaten
the
by
mechanic
turrets.
is when the mechanics tried to figure out how fusels worked, they accidentally entire planet.
They accidentally an entire planet.
Yep.
Okay.
There's no planet there. I don't know what you're talking about.
So wait, is that how it works, or is it just like it got covered up, or suddenly everyone like kind of forgot about it?
It could cover it up.
Okay. Mechanic is blowing a pearl? I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds like Heresy?
Also, they're everywhere.
Everywhere?
Those creatures are literally aboard almost every single Imperial ship, hive, and city, and everywhere.
Okay, so they're the ultimate boogeyman now.
Pretty much, because they live inside any patch of darkness.
Huh. And so why aren't they killing everyone? Just because they don't feel like it?
Because they don't know what the fuck's going on, or they can't be arsed. Like I said, if you put one down in the middle of a planet, it probably wouldn't even be arsed to build shelter and die from exposure.
Ah.
Some Inquisitors use them as assassins, if they can convince them to. Some people use them as alien mercenaries. Some people use them as dogs.
What?
Yep,
As dogs?
dogs.
Just what? They just like have them as pets.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
So they're like docile, but not like. Are they outwardly hostile, or just kind of like hanging around?
Depends. Some of them really hate some things. They also, if they do live these days, they tend to tunnel underground and just like live in the dirt.
Hmm.
But yeah, you'll literally find them anywhere. Imperial, like Hive World, Orc World, Space Hulks, battleships, you know, the Tau worlds, the Craft worlds.
So obviously they can live anywhere, but I mean, like, is pretty much there always one aboard any ship, or is it just like there could be one?
Sometimes more than one, sometimes none.
Okay.
The, what's his name? Imperial Guard, who actually, or not Imperial Guard, but the Imperial Navy, who actually noticed them, nicknamed them Bendies.
Bendies?
Yep, and most species think of them as vermin.
Huh.
But yeah, they keep to themselves, and they usually don't wage war on anybody.
They're just like, dum. We're
Yep.
fucking spooky as shit. Nobody can really harm us.
They're also like super family orientated, and they keep like ridiculous birth records. You know, like Tommy married Sheila, who was second of her name, who came from Samantha, who married Jonathan, who married blah blah blah, going back all the way to the fall of the Eldar.
Okay.
And the scary part is the records are like so accurate, it's even more reliable than Imperial records or the Eldar records.
Okay.
And their folklore and their religion and their legends all reference actual like events that happened. It's not like other races where it's like, you know, made up bullshit with a grain of truth. And all of them can kind of pull memory from each other, so they have kind of like a racial mass cloud storage.
I got a question about survival suits here.
Yeah.
The suit grants plus 20 bonus to any stand test, but yeah, good and best craftsmanship can count better.
Okay.
Are we just getting the normal ones? It's average, by the way. Or are
Yeah,
we getting
just
access
getting the
to
normal
better
ones at the moment.
Okay.
When do you even plan on wearing a survival suit, Dine?
I don't know. When we're fucking fighting some fucking Tyranid shit on some fucking freaky planet, I don't know.
Oh, I mean, survival suits are more intended. Oh shit, I'm stuck on an extreme planet. You're those things aren't like. I mean, I suppose you can take them if you need to, but they're more like we got accidentally stuck in a bad situation. We need to survive. I mean, if you're
Mass
like
Effect Andromeda.
purposely going to a bad shit place, you're probably gonna take a void suit instead.
Hmm.
I mean, they're intended for vacuum, but you can still use them in toxic or hostile environments. Plus, they are just like a bonus to toughness. They like just seal you away completely. Our survival suits just to give you a bonus to the toughness tests.
I'm just thinking about, wearing it under the armor.
Nah, it's a bit too bulky for that, eh?
Okay.
But anyway, in any situation where we would have to wear a survival suit or a void suit to do something, it's probably not a situation where we want to be fighting. anyways. I mean, there might be a situation where we have to, but I mean,
That's
there's a really
amazing.
desperate situation, like really desperate.
Fucking Rudd are amazing. So, Rudd are amazing, lady.
Oh,
That's the 3 like notable incidents of fighting them.
And didn't really got the answer for the my hotshot last gun and backpack. If I get a bigger backpack, is that just expanded magazine?
No. The backpack is a bigger backpack.
Where's the info on that? I can't see it.
It's like the first page of weapon modifications, backpack ammo supply.
Okay. Thanks.
It increases your ammo by 5 times, but you
does it even
cannot
count
reload it.
for? Does it even count for Hellguns though? Because they're already backpacks.
Yeah, it says in the description for them that they can be upgraded with bigger backpacks.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this bigger backpack, that's 150 rounds. I'm good.
Yeah, but you cannot reload it in combat.
Yep.
Once you're out, you're out.
Mm-hmm. Because you have to spend 5 minutes reloading the backpack.
If you had a spare one.
Okay,
Yeah, if you had a spare one.
I think I've got all the shit I need now. I've pimped
Also,
out my
yeah.
guns a little bit. I've got some fancy equipment. I'm not over my carry weight.
Also, if you jam with the backpack, you lose a clip's worth of ammo.
Mm-hmm. Although you don't have to spend a turn to unjam.
And you don't have to reload.
Mm-hmm.
And a backpack ammo supply is plus 15 kilograms to the weapon weight.
Oh wow. How do I reload the normal Hellgun?
Difficultly. It
You
takes
don't.
2 full turns.
You carry an extra backpack.
Yup. Hellguns aren't really meant, again, as your day-to-day wear.
So,
They're the kind of thing you pull out when you know you need a hellish amount of firepower.
so I have a question about extra ammo. I've written this somewhere. So yeah, we get 5 reloads per weapon, yeah, in the ship. But how many hotshot last packs can I take for my long last?
For long last.
Yeah, because I want to carry like 2 normal last packs and then a couple of hot shots
Can you swap on
just
it?
in case. Yeah,
Oh, how much space do you have on you?
my carry weight is currently 37.5 out of 45.
Well, you can probably carry like what? 3 of each?
Yeah,
Or 3 of
I'm
normal
thinking.
and 2 hot shots?
I was thinking like two normal, 3 hot shot kind of thing. Because
Seems
a
reasonable.
normal, it's a long last. I can only fire it semi-auto, and that's like a shitload of rounds in a normal pack. How much is it? 40.
That's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, hey, do you guys want to fight the Umbra?
Sure.
They have the ability to manipulate darkness and shadow, even forming teeth and blades out of the dark spots in someone's eyes to chew out their brain.
How would you even fight that?
Last gun.
Many last guns.
Hey man, they don't like light.
Just strap loads of neon tubes to ourselves.
Hmm.
Be like,
Druidic.
yeah, I can't remember what the name of the first film was now.
Awesome.
you know,
And if you
that
kill
one.
them, pitch black.
That's on.
Nice. Huh. Instinctively collect around warp engines and entrances to the webway.
How
Oh,
does the
they're
max
shards of the
carry
root
stuff
god.
work? Sorry,
What's it on?
the max carry stuff.
Yeah.
So on your character sheet on the second page is down the bottom is your carry stuff. It's based on your strength and toughness. So you're gonna have to like go through all of your equipment, look through the book, and see what weight it is.
Yep.
So there's a little bit in all the weapons for weight, and then also in your equipment for weight, and then it should add it all up.
Yeah, but I don't understand the fucking numbers there. You know, carry. You know, that's the
Carry is like the most you can carry. Without,
It affects
like-
things like, for example, being able to run or jump or swim.
So
that kind of
45
thing.
is my carry.
Yeah, so you get over that, and you're gonna struggle to operate normally.
So, yeah, I'm not near that at the moment.
Yeah, because a lot of the really awesome tech is also really goddamn heavy.
Like a hotshot last gun with a bigger backpack.
Yeah, those are like 15 kgs or something.
Yeah, a hotshot last gun is 6 kilograms, and then the backpack, a bigger backpack, is an extra 15. That's 21 kilograms of gun.
That's a little
Really?
too heavy.
Also, yeah, if you go over your carry weight, you start suffering fatigue and penalties to your movement. So if your fatigue bonus is equal to your toughness or your willpower bonus combined, then you pass out. Encumbered characters also suffer a -10 penalty to agility tests, and additionally, after spending a number of hours equal to your toughness bonus while encumbered, you must make a challenging toughness test or suffer 1 level of fatigue. So if you're carrying too much shit, depending on what your toughness is, let's say you've got 40 toughness, every 4 hours you get another point of fatigue. And if fatigue reaches your toughness and willpower bonus combined, you just drop unconscious from working yourself like a donkey. That's what I was saying. Taking things like power armor and hotshot last guns and things is great, but honestly, for your day-to-day, you're going to be better off carrying like pistols and things like that, and breaking out the big guns when you know you need to like storm a fucking drug den or going to fucking hand-to-hand combat with Dark Eldar or shit like that.
And I make sure you get yourself a concealed holster for your pistol, so it's harder for people to see.
Yeah, I already got that in. So what does a combat vest do?
It lets you carry stuff and take stuff out of it as a free action. So you put grenades and shit in there.
Also not incredibly inconspicuous.
it's a vest with loads of pockets. It's great. Pockets is for your preciouses.
Oh my god. I've forgotten about these fucking furries. Or would they be scalies? Fleshies? I don't even know. Ted, you guys want to fight some motherfucking sharks with guns? And powered armor?
If it's threatening the Imperium, we'll fight anything.
Look at that epic model hippo.
I can't even tell which way it's meant to be going. I think it's looking left.
All of them.
Ah, of course.
God, I love fucking 1987 Games Workshop.